What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up? How are y'all doing today? Hey, it is Friday, and I am here to talk to y'all about the latest news of the week. I am E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. For those of you that are just now joining us, hey, I gotta say, I am so happy to be here with you guys again, and to talk to you guys about a lot of the news in the week. But I will say, and I I don't even know why I try this. I be trying to tell y'all, like, yo, this ain't gonna be no 3 hour live, y'all. Hopefully it's not, because I was told by my wife that supposedly she wants to take me out on a date. I was like, oh word, oh like what do I need to wear? Like, yo, okay then, hold on now. But so I'm gonna try not to keep you guys here too long, because she's out with her girls, and when she come back, I get to take her out for a nice little nightcap. So we gonna see how that goes. But yes, I am back, and I wanted to definitely say what's up to all of you guys. Because I also got some things to watch. I heard Stranger Things just dropped. I haven't even had time to watch that yet, so I'm definitely gonna be there for that. Let's see, and I got a couple stories I want to just tell you guys real quick. But first, let's do a quick round of shout outs to the people that have made it. Let's see. Shaul, what is going on? Good to see you. Thank you so much. Cynthia, hello. How you doing? Come on now. We got the vet in the building. Miss Harper. How you doing, ma'am? Thank you so much for making it out. Grand Madam, hello. How are you? Thank you so much. Let's see. Shauna, hello. How are you? Let's see. Another top vet in the building. Mod Squad here. Kristen Pratt, hello. Yes, by the way, please, if anyone has watched Stranger Things, please don't, spoil it for anybody. I haven't seen it yet, so please don't ask for my opinion. I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know. I'm actually gonna watch it later tonight. So please, no spoilers. Let's see. Gallivantress. Hold on now. That's actually Marcy. Marcy, hello now. Come on now. Top vet, top supporter of the channel. Hello, Marcy. Welcome back. I know you've been working hard at your business and all that. So good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us. Always greatly appreciated, ma'am. Let's see who else we got. Donna's here. Thank you so much for making it out. Tyra's back. Good to see you, ma'am. MC Harris, hello. Thank you. Let's see. Happy Independence Day. Yeah. It was a happy Independence Day for some people, not all people, but it was all good. But thank you so much for that. Leandra, hello. Thank you so much for making it out. My man Joey's back. Good to see you. What's going on, Angel? Good to see you, sir. Another top vet in the building. We got Johnny Washington following up right there, too. Good to see you. Let's see. SJ Evans is here. What's going on? Another top vet in my squad. My man Tane is here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you as well. Come on now. Another top supporter, top vet. Derek Gaines is in the building. Good to see you, sir. Jay Rob is here, y'all. What is going on? Thank you so much. Latrice, hello. Good to see you. Rebecca, how are you? Thank you so much for making it out. Kimmy, hello. Good to see you as well. Let's see. Pamela, I see you. Thank you so much. Screaming Monkey, good to see you too. Thank you for making it back out. Who else? My man Minister Crush is here. Good to see you as well. Who else? I saw somebody else. There we go. My man Treble Clef is here. Good to see you. Who else? There we go. Bucko, what's going on? Good to see you. My man Didier, what's up? Man, I just saw your theory of what you said on Ms. Marvel. I just dropped my Ms. Marvel review for episode 4. And I think you might be right. I think you could be right. So I like that twist that you put in. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go on to that video, read the comments, you'll get it there. I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody. But Didier, I think we're on the same page with that. Let's see. Terrence, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Let's see. Another top vet in the building. Come on now, leave. Hello. My squad in here. Let's see. Eric Shaw, what's up? My man Nelson V is here. What's going on? Who else? EB Wilson, hello. Good to see you as well. My man Corey is there. What's going on? Rhonda, hello. My man Sean is here. Chill Spot, what's up? Yeah, we got the okay. Who else? Who else? I saw some other faces coming in. There we go. My man Lionel's here. Marley, hello, hello. Good to see you. Last of my kin, I see you too. Gray, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. T-Ville, hello, hello. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, it's refreshing on me. All right. And oh, wait, there we go. Dorian, I see you. Kiki West, hello. My man Storm Shadow, what's up? Tracy Lee, how you doing? On my square, I see you as well. And shout out to everybody that is joining us and that will be joining us very soon. Shout out to the replay gang as well. Okay, thank you so much for that. What's going on, my man Derek? How's Kobe? Oh, thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Kobe's cool. You know, Kobe it's funny because I just came from LA from that Thor Love and Thunder world premiere. And it was so funny to me because when I came in the house like late. It was like midnight or something. And you know, Kobe's like in his little cage, he's sleeping or whatever. And the moment I open the door, now keep in mind, Kobe's never done this. He's never done this. The moment I open the door, he can't see me, so he doesn't know it's me. All of a sudden, I just hear, I was like, what? Like, what? I was like, who what? Kobe, who are you growling at? And then I'm walking closer and I was like, hold on a second, bro. When did you turn into a guard dog? When you turn into a watchdog? I remember your little fight not too long ago with them other dogs from across the border. Who you growling at? Like you. So when I left, you decided to be the alpha, huh? You was gonna take care of the girls, huh? Oh, okay. That's what happened. He's still growling. I was like, oh, okay. I want to see what you finna do. I pop open this cage, right? Open the door. Hello? Hello? I'm like, dog, what happened to all that growling energy? What happened to all that? So you mean to tell me if this was a robber, a thief, somebody coming in our house, and you had all that growling watchdog energy, and the second they open the door because they want some of that growling smoke, you quiet. You quiet. You don't even say nothing. You just quiet. Here's what happened, and I didn't realize this because he started like barking more, right? Like he was never really a barker because I kind of shut that down early. But now he kind of barks more when he hears other dogs or if he hears a loud sound or something like that. And I didn't realize this, but he dropped the ball, you know. And for some of y'all that didn't know, like, you know, they little balls, they don't drop them all the way. So I'm like, bro, you done got real tough when you drop one little ball, huh? You ain't even dropped your second ball yet, but now you feeling real tough, huh? What the old folks say? You sniffing yourself. You know, you're smelling yourself right now. Man, Kobe he just be acting fake tough, man. That's all it is. Kobe is just a fake tough dog that just want to be bigger than he really is. And that's all right. That's okay. But anyway, that's my little Kobe story for now. Let's see what else do we have here. For Jesus, there was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about. Well, I guess we might as well talk about the trip or whatever. So I had recently gone to the Thor Love and Thunder premiere in LA, right? Actually I could tell y'all this little story. I don't want to okay, I'm not gonna spoil it because one, I don't think I could talk about it, and two, just in case it doesn't happen, I don't want y'all holding me for this. But let me just tell y'all what happened. I was so while I'm in LA, there was a producer of a TV show that had contacted me because they wanted me to be in something. I can't tell y'all what it is because again, I don't want to get in trouble. But they wanted, you know, me to fill in or just jump in or whatever. Okay, cool. So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be in LA too. Y'all in LA, cool. Let's link up, whatever, right? And it was funny because they were like, yo, we're staying right next to where the premiere is. And I was like, cool, I'm on my way over there. All right, cool. So they were like, we can shoot some B-roll footage, right? Like, just, like how just people be getting introduced or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Just shoot me while I'm going to the premiere. All right, cool. So I get up there or whatever. Now, here's the thing here. And let me tell you something. First of all, I didn't plan not one thing. None of this was planned. Every single thing just happened. I call up an Uber to take me out to the premiere. Now, I didn't order no Uber Black or nothing crazy. Look, I got the cheapest thing I could get, right? I pull up. When I get there, the Uber that picked me up came in a fresh, brand new, black, slick-looking Tesla. I mean, I was like, can I touch this? Like, I ain't never been in a Tesla. I just haven't. I don't have people around me that got that, right? So I get into this Tesla and I pull up on the corner. What was it? Hollywood Boulevard and Highland or whatever it was. It was right on the corner. So this is right next to the big lights and the red carpet and all of that. So you see a black Tesla come out. Now, your boy came nice and dressed, had my little fresh suit on, looking like Miami Vice Premier or something. So I come out the suit. Now, here's the thing. Y'all see these glasses? Y'all see me in these glasses all the time. These are also transition glasses. So when I hit the sunlight, they turn into sunglasses. So I'm coming out of this Tesla, this black Tesla in my suit. And then all of a sudden my glasses are like sunglasses. And folks are sitting there like, who is that? Who is that? Oh, who is that? Oh. And everybody just started kind of like looking at me. And I was just like, okay, all right, So anyway, I go and meet the producers, right? So when I meet the producers, they like, all right, look, let's just have some test footage. We're going to have you walk up and down, the street, and we just going to shoot it, And I was like, all right, cool. So I'm doing it. I'm walking or whatever. And as I'm doing this, again, none of this is planned. It was wild. As I'm doing this, people just started to separate like I was Moses parting the Red Sea because they just didn't want to get in the shot. People just like, and I was just like walking. I'm in my suit, glasses and everything. And it was a perfect shot. It was a perfect shot. Then the cameraman decided to follow me like as I'm going to the line to go get my tickets or whatever. So now people really starting to think like I must be a big deal. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Hey, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. So as I'm saying goodbye to them, this lady comes out of nowhere. I don't even know. Listen, she came out of nowhere. She was like, excuse me, sir, you. And I was like, me? What? Yeah, how can I help you? She was like, yeah, can you take a picture with me? And I was like, I looked at the producer and they looked at me and I was like, sure, okay. So took a picture with her. And I'm sitting there looking like, wow, that's wild. Because like, who wants to take a picture with me? That's wild. Then right after her, another guy behind her was like, sir, yeah, me too. And I was like, what? Okay, sure. So I take a picture with both of them and I'm looking at the producer like, are they like with you? Like, did you set this up? And they were like, nah, but we recorded it though. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was just too funny how I feel like people accidentally thought I was much bigger than I was. I'm not. Y'all already know. Come on now. I'm not. But it was just too funny at the fact that was the way I kicked off this LA premiere, right? So anyway, just to kind of give you a taste of what it's like going to these premieres, they shut everything down. I had no idea. Like, it is a production, right? Like I've been to screenings in Chicago and it's like you just at the theater. Sometimes they bring the celebrities and stuff, and that's it. Like, it's really not a big fanfare. But in LA, no, it's a production. The red carpet is here. They got big old tents, like lights and everything is going on. The media is on the red carpet. People are walking and stuff, and like regular folks like me, they pushing you down the line or whatever, and they like, yo, hurry up, and of course, look, we want to get our pictures in, real quick. And of course, if you go check my Instagram, you'll see a couple of them. You take a little picture on the red carpet and you just keep it moving, right? And if you're lucky, you can kind of linger on the red carpet and maybe you'll run into a celebrity. Not no high level ones, but like, so for example, I took a picture. I caught Lady Sif on there. Jamie, I forget her last name, but the actress that plays Sif in Thor. So she was there, and I was just like, "Yo, you mind taking a picture?" All right, boom, all right, and that was it. Like that was it because they be quick about it. And then yeah, everybody just kind of populates on the carpet. They chit chat, they talk for a little bit. But once the celebrities show up, you got to go. Like everybody got to go straight into the theater, and that's it. Like you have to clear the way. So whenever y'all be seeing these red carpet world premieres and stuff, they I don't want to say it's very staged, but it is very controlled. A lot of Jamie Alexander, thank y'all, appreciate that. But yes, they shuffle all the press and guests and everybody into the theaters. Then the celebrities come in, they do all their little interviews, they interact with the cosplayers and stuff. And it was cool. It was cool. I actually got to meet Andre, if y'all remember Andre the Black Nerd, he was there. I didn't get a chance to talk. Oh, I did get to talk to uh Brandon Davis from comicbook.com. Super cool guy, very, very cool, down to earth. I saw y'all boy. What is his name? Was it Evan Ross? Evie? What the new rock stars guy? I saw him there. I ain't speak to him. I ain't say nothing. But he was there. So yeah, there was a good amount of people there or whatever. But the reason why I'm telling you all this, the reason why I'm telling y'all all this, and I want to give you guys more of the insight because I want you to understand the difference when these things happen, right? So I went to two different screenings. So in LA, that was the premiere, world premiere. That's the one that had all the cosplay. That's where the hardcore people go, right? Then I came back to Chicago, and in Chicago, that's where, it was like more press that was, watching the movie, right? So in LA, watching the movie there with the hardcore, and I'm talking about like these are the people that when they dress up, they dress up. You would think it's like a comic convention or whatever. Um, when they were watching the movie, every single joke, every single highlight moment, every single Easter egg, yeah, whoa, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, like in the whole theater. You would sit here and think that you was at a rock concert or something. Like you would think this was the funniest, the best thing like ever, right? So I was like, okay, that's cool. And y'all saw I posted my reaction right out the theater. When I tell you, I probably had to have been the most down reaction compared to everybody else. So, and I did not hate the movie. I never said that. I liked it. I just wasn't as pumped for it the way everybody else was. And it was funny because when I came out the theater, I saw everybody talking about like, yo, best movie ever. Gore's the best villain ever. This was the most funny movie ever. And I'm looking around, I was like, did we see the same movie? Like, what y'all talking about? Like, okay, I get y'all excited, but okay. But of course, and here's how the whole circle works. Of course, when they pumping this thing up, these are also the first people that are on their phones tweeting. And whenever they say like initial reactions, first, whatever, that's what they're talking about. When they say the movie is this, oh, this is the best thing. Oh my god, the best thing since Endgame, blah, blah, blah. That's who they looking at. And I was like, wow, y'all might send some people off. And I say might because some people might actually think it's great, and that's okay. But I'm like, ooh, this is how that wave starts. And it's great publicity for Disney. That's what you want. Get the hardcores in there, the people that like everything you do, and let them pump up the movie, get butts in the seats, get you excited. But for me, I'm kind of like, ooh, I just hope y'all don't overhype the movie to the point where when people do see it, they come in with super high expectations because you've been coming in here talking about, let's go, yeah, greatest thing ever. And then when people watch it, they're hoping for the greatest thing ever. And if they don't get that, they're going to be real disappointed. So now when I went to the second screening out here in Chicago, I'll just say that the reactions were night and day. I'm not saying people hated the movie. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that while everybody was cheering for literally everything in the LA screening, it was like LA was like ha 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 ha. Chicago was like ha ha. Couple chuckles here and there. So I was like, oh, okay. And the reason why I wanted to pay attention to that is because I know comedy is very subjective, right? Like what's funny to me might not be funny to you, and vice versa. And that's cool. I totally understand that. That's one of the reasons why I don't try to police how people should react to comedy, because you might like slapstick, corny humor. I might not. And again, vice versa. But to me, I'm like, if something is genuinely funny, when you're in one theater going to another theater, you should get similar reactions, right? Because I remember seeing The Hangover, and when I saw The Hangover, and I saw it multiple times, the theaters were laughing at the same time. The theaters were laughing at the same, volume, veracity, and it was consistent. So the reason why I bring this up is because I'm just saying, don't be surprised if some people have mixed reactions to Thor Love and Thunder. Just don't be surprised. Again, that does not mean that the movie is trash. It does not mean that you personally will not have a good time with it. Um it does not mean that you won't think that it's the best thing since in the MCU period. All I'm saying is that please go and make up your own mind, as I tell you to do with all movies anyway. And my personal recommendation is go in with lower expectations, because if you do that, you're automatically going to be at least satisfied, if not pleasantly surprised later on. So anyway, that's just my quick little thing about the two different screenings and the difference. And just for future reference, be careful. Just be careful when you hear about the first initial impressions and all that stuff, because again, and it's not to say that they're wrong, but you're talking about the diehards usually in the first screenings. And then later, the press, they might have a different opinion. And then later, the general audience, which is like the general people, you, your mama, your friends, all of them, they gonna have a different opinion. So that's just why you should absolutely make sure you take everything you hear, including from me, with a grain of salt. Still go make up your own mind when you get the chance to go watch it. But anyway, that's a long bit for that Thor Love and Thunder. By the way, I did record a spoiler review of Thor Love and Thunder with my man Brandon K. Avery and Elliot from the Movie Files. So if y'all saw our Doctor Strange spoiler review, basically we did it again. So that's gonna be on Brandon's channel. So y'all make sure y'all go visit my favorite channel list if you haven't been on there already. Just My Opinion Reviews. You go subscribe to him, and you will be able to see. I don't know when he's gonna drop it. I'm assuming he'll drop it close to when the movie comes out. But and by the way, watch out for spoilers after July 5th, because that's when the embargo lifts. I believe that's like what, the Tuesday of next, I think that's like next Tuesday or whatever. So just kind of be careful for that in general. But y'all go subscribe to him so you can get that. Now for you guys, what I'm gonna do, while I did the spoiler review with him over there, I'm about to get back in my bag. And I'm about to get back to doing full breakdowns and some theory videos as well. So I will like probably tomorrow morning, once I get a little bit more rest, I'm gonna be working on doing a full breakdown of Thor Love and Thunder. So that way, obviously I'll be doing spoilers, I'll be doing, analysis and all that. So I will drop my spoiler-free review once the embargo lifts so that y'all can have that. But then I'm gonna go straight into kind of like what I did with Us Explained and the Joker and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna do a full breakdown. Because look, let me tell you something. When I went the second time, I took notes after notes after notes like I was barely watching the movie. I was just writing everything down, just boom, 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 boom. So I got everything I need to talk about Thor in depth, and I will do a video about that. And then hopefully, I'll do some other things as well. So if y'all don't see me a lot, I'm working. So I got y'all. Okay, so I got all of that down. That's all the Thor stuff. Let's see. I saw some comments. Let me grab some of those real quick. My man Derek, what we got? E-Man, have you caught up on The Boys? You're beating Mother's Milk in the t-shirt game. You should provide a link to all your t-shirts. Oh, thank you so much. Usually, if I remember, in the description, you'll see E-Man's merch and E-Man's merch number 2. That is kind of like the store for my t-shirts. So like if it's a t-shirt that I'm allowed to make or that I've made and ain't nobody had an issue with it, you could just go in the description and check on that in that store. Sometimes when I make a shirt for whatever reason, maybe copyright or something like that, they take it down. So I try to put the shirts up there. Sometimes it gets taken down, but I usually will put a link in the description that says the merch store or something like that, merch 1, merch 2, because I got to put it in 2 different stores to make those available for you all. But I appreciate that. And no, yes, I have caught up with The Boys. I think I have episode 8, but I might wait to watch that because I really want to concentrate on getting the Thor content made for you all first before I start watching new stuff. So I want to get y'all some videos. I want to get y'all some other things in addition to the lives, of course. So I want to get back in my bag and do that first. But yes, I do. And yo, Mother's Milk, his t-shirt game is on point too. Like it was a couple of them. I'm like, I might need to recreate that. But thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate you. Dorian, what you got? Have you seen Top Gun Maverick? Did you love it? Yes, and yes. Yes, I did. I don't think I did. Let me see. So yes, here we go. Here it is. So I didn't make a video for it, but I did make a written review. And a lot of times, if you guys haven't seen it, you can check out my reviews on themovieblog.com. So I did write my review for it there. So if you just go to the movie blog, hit the search, Top Gun, Maverick, boom, it's there. But what did I give it? Let's see. There were a couple things I didn't like, but that's nothing too bad. I gave it a 9. I gave it a 9 overall. That's my review. And by the way, again, that's the way I kind of break down my scores because I know sometimes people be like, how come your score is a 9 for this, but it's also a 9 for that? Well, that's because I have a different metric. Like just because a movie is a 9 for this doesn't mean it's a 9 for something else for the same reasons. Maybe the acting is better here and the cinematography and visual effects are not so good there. So that's the way I kind of break down. So if you guys ever want like a more detailed way of how I come up with my reviews or my scores, that's how I pretty much do it and just get an average for it from there. But again, yes, if you go to themovieblog.com, you could definitely check out my review for Top Gun Maverick, and I absolutely loved it. It is one of the best movies of this year for sure. Thank you so much, Marley. Thank you so much. Me and the fam have been part of the replay gang since 2019. Have I been doing this since 2019? My goodness, that is awesome. Watching one of your videos, it's a family tradition. Come on. Sending to you and your fam love from a Puerto Rican family. Okay. Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. Shout out to you and the whole fam. My goodness, that is wonderful to hear. Thank you. Shout out to the whole Marley fam out there. Let's see who else we got. Who else? I saw somebody else. There we go. Luis, thank you so much. I hope in Black Panther 2 he fakes his death and we get John David Washington as the child of Black Panther at the end. Probably not happening, but I hope. Yeah, hey, look, I'll take any of that. I'll take any and all of that. By the way, so I while I was out there, I also wanted to kind of test the grounds a little bit. I wanted to see like, hey, am I allowed to come back for Black Panther 2? Now, I spoke to some folks and they did say that, like, yeah, that's not a problem. Like, I am totally invited to come and watch Black Panther. Now I don't know if I actually will. That's going to depend on the timing and the dates. Because honestly, if they're doing Black Panther at the same time that they're doing it in Chicago, I'm not about to spend I don't know, hundreds of dollars just to go watch a movie over there. It's not worth it. I don't care what it's for. It's not worth it. But if they drop it a little bit earlier than when I can see it here in Chicago, then yes, I'll go make that trip. Like, I mean, I got to start saving now because them trips are not cheap. And Jesus, that's a whole lot. But hey, I'll take that. Look, fake the death. For whatever. And here's the thing: they could do that. They could totally do that. Fake the death and really do that because it's part of Secret Invasion, because he wants to tag team with Nick Fury to take care of the Skrulls and stuff like that, or fake the death because he wants to go work with the Illuminati and go look, you can do so many different things. It's so many possibilities besides just killing T'Challa and leaving him out for good. But anyway, we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Thank you so much for that. We got Derek back at it. E-Man, you've gone Hollywood. No, I ain't going Hollywood. Can I get an autograph shirt? You the big man on campus. That's why Kobe was mad at you when you came back. New nickname is Hollywood E-Man. E-Man, I'll be in my trailer. Call me, man, please. I will never be Hollywood, man. I'm too old to be Hollywood, man. But I appreciate that, man. For real. Thank you so much for that support, man. I really appreciate you. But no, trust me, I will never go Hollywood on nobody. But thank you so much. Nelson, thank you so much. E-Man go Hollywood. MT from NR wasn't invited. It wasn't him. What was the other guy's name? Was it Evan? Is it Evan Vol? Evie Vol? Golly, I forget his name. But it was the other one. It was the main guy that was there. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw he posted that about his reaction to Thor. I mean, hey, look, if it touches people in a certain way, okay. I didn't cry. I'll say that. Yeah. But hey, different strokes for different folks. Okay, whatever. That's cool. Thank you so much for that, Nelson. I appreciate you. Who else? Cynthia, thank you so much. I hope you, B. Avery and Elliot, do your regular live on Thor. Yes, we did. I really enjoyed it when you guys go live together. Yes. So, as I mentioned earlier, we definitely got together. I think you guys will really enjoy this one because I had some things to say. I had a couple things I had to get off my chest, about this movie. But no, it was a great time. Brandon was absolutely great as a host. Elliot was dope as well with his commentary. And it's definitely something worth to go see once that comes out. So again, make sure y'all subscribe just in case. What we got? Derek, I can't see you anymore. Too much glitter. Nah, man, I ain't never that shiny. I ain't never gonna be that shiny. I promise you. Actually, I might be shiny one day. I might wear like a shiny suit one day just to have one. I don't know. But thank you so much for that, Derek. I appreciate you, man. Let's see. Latrice, your Thor reaction helped temper my expectations. Good. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I would much rather y'all go into a movie with lower expectations and be happy after, instead of be hyped for something and come down and be disappointed. So yes, this is a movie, in my opinion, that you should go in with lowered expectations. Again, that doesn't mean the movie is terrible, doesn't mean that you're going to have a bad time. I just don't want people going in thinking, like, remember with Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange 2, people was talking about, oh, this is going to be better than Endgame. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't even better than Spider-Man No Way Home. But because those high expectations were there, people walked out of Doctor Strange like people walked out of my watch party and it was like, why you do that to us? And I'm like, I didn't make the movie. I just invited y'all to hang out. Like, I didn't do this. Speaking of the watch party, I hope everybody that has signed up or hit me up about it, I will be sending your passes to your email very, very soon. So please keep an eye out. I'll be sending those hopefully sometime next week. As long as you have your pass, it'll have like your seat and everything. And then of course, we got a couple little goodies and stuff for y'all as well. Cannot wait until you guys are there. I got so much stuff that I just want to experience with y'all while we there. So that's gonna be a good time too. But Latrice, thank you so much for that. And by the way, if anybody's asking about the watch party, it's sold out. Like that sucker was done quick. Y'all jumped on that, and yeah, we got the full thing. I mean, we sold out of everything, all the seats so fast. Now I gotta feel I'm filling out seats in the front row. So it's the neck breaker seats that are open now. But hey, that's how we get down with these watch parties. They be like that sometimes. Let's see what else we got. Nelson V back at it. My Thor expectations are low after Multiverse of Madness hype. Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, again, keep them low, so by the time you actually go watch it, you can have a good time. Because I want y'all to have a good time. It hurts my heart when people go and be super excited for something and come out disappointed, because I know if you control that expectation, your experience later on would have been a little bit different, So yes, absolutely do that. That's all good. Okay, Brandy, you saying that you're gonna drop it on the release date? Okay, so hey, on that Thursday or Friday, y'all better be, looking out for my man, Just My Opinion Reviews. And that is when you will be able to check it out. That is going to definitely be a good time. Hopefully y'all really enjoy that. Mara Sharice, come through. Let's go. 250 people and 90 likes. I'm hurt. Hit the like button. Yes. Please hit the like button. Hopefully if you're enjoying this content, if you're enjoying what I'm delivering here, if you're enjoying this community, by the way, because shout out to this whole E-fam, the whole E-team, all of y'all, man. Like, when I tell you, I was talking to other YouTubers and just talking to them, and they were talking about how, like, they wish they had a community like ours. And I was just like, that's right. Because ain't no community like the E-fam community. You know what I'm saying? Like, the E-fam, that's where it's at. So, like, yo, we definitely, I don't care how many people jump on other people's lives, whatever. We got the livest live on YouTube right now. So just take some pride in that. I want y'all to take some pride, because in other ones, they people just show up, they just want to get their comments heard and stuff. Like, y'all be having whole conversations and they ain't got nothing to do with me, because y'all have become a clique within yourselves, and I love it. I love the fact that people can come here, find some new friends, some new connections, network, whatever. That's fine by me. Y'all just put me in the background and listen. It's all good either way. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Mara. I appreciate you. Let's see who else. Hold on. I don't want to skip nobody. Okay. So one more. Derek, what you got? Tegan says hi. Her summer is going great. All right, Tegan. All right now. Good to hear that. Thank you so much. I heard you were doing very good in school. I hope you keep that up, ma'am. Thank you so much. Let's see. What else do we have? Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Uh, let's see. All we can. Thank you for your work and repping for the culture all day, every day. Thank you so much for the contribution. You know, I'm gonna do what I can do when I can do it. Appreciate you so much for that. And we got two more, and then we're gonna jump into it. My man Angel, let's go. Dear E-Man, Joe is better than Tyree. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right. Joe, the singer, is better than Tyrese. Have you seen the trailer for Robin and Superboy movie? Looks really good. Justin Bieber is better than Jake. All right. I see that. I see we finna go into this. All right. So I made a couple comments on my verses about verses and everything. You know, after the whole Mario versus O'Melon fiasco, you know, some people were saying like, "Yo, Usher got to go against Chris Brown," and I was like, I think Usher can, you know, especially if it's about vocals. Usher can sing Chris Brown under the table. Just saying. And, you know, as O'Melon has proved, you can't dance your way out of a verses. So while Chris Brown got the hits and while he got the talent, I think in that format of verses, in that format, Usher would win. So I recommended that in order for Usher to really have some good competition, I say put him against Bruno Mars. Because Bruno Mars can entertain and he can sing. And when you compare, because I put up stats now, I backed up what I was saying. When you put up stats, both of them have very similar hits on the Billboard Top 100. Both of them got like 18 top 10 hits or whatever. So I'm like, yo, if they go 20 tracks for 20 tracks, Bruno can hang with Usher. I don't know who would exactly win. I still kind of got my money on Bruno because I like to root for the underdog. But at the same time, I think that'll be a quality match. Anyway, while I'm saying that, of course, that spurs off other conversations. And we started talking about Joe and Tyrese. And I was saying, people have been sleep on Tyrese. Now, I know I have given Tyrese crap for all the movie stuff because the Fast and the Furious stuff has derailed his whole that has just been a whole fiasco, right? I've talked about it, whatever. I know he's had his issues with The Rock, you know, his whole little what more do you want from me? I know. But let me tell you something. 2009 Tyrese. You know, I'm talking about like Tyrese walking on the bus with the Coca-Cola bottle, the do 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 do, always Coca-Cola, and then he do that little Stevie Wonder smile, that little thing. Listen, Tyrese can sing, and not only can Tyrese sing, but my man he has some hits. Sweet Lady, Lately. Like these are the signs of love making. What? Let me tell you something. You put Tyrese in a verses, it's gonna be a problem. Now I'm with you on the Joe thing, and I know we taking some time with this. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I feel some type of way about this. Joe can sing his tail off, but I don't think Joe's got 20 hits. I think Tyrese can come up with at least 15. I don't know if Joe can. Now, unless they bend the rules and, oh, I wrote this song for that person or I featured here. Okay, maybe. But I'm going to put my money on Tyrese because I think people forgot how good Tyrese was in the early 2000s. My man had 3 albums where he was having hit after hit after hit after hit. I Like Them Girls. Remember, I Like Them Girls? Oh, come on. Listen. Don't sleep on Tyrese singing now. Don't sleep. And that's no shade to Joe. No shade. Because my man Joe was hitting it with more and more. Woo! Come on now. He was hitting it. I just think Tyrese got a little bit more. And what else you say? Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake? Man, whatever. I'm picking Justin Timberlake because I think he can. I'll take him. I would take him. And I think that Justin Timberlake can probably sing a little bit better than Justin Bieber. I think. Forget performance, forget dancing. I just think that Justin Timberlake could win that. Y'all can weigh in. I'm pretty sure y'all will. But anyway, that's my extensive talk on that. I don't know why you got me all riled up now, Angel. Thank you for that, man. Dexter Reason, been busy, my brother. Miss y'all. Showing love and support. Hey, who are you casting as Doom? Oh, that's hard. The reason why that is so hard is because it depends on what route Marvel wants to take with Doom. It depends, because here's the thing. However you want to cast Reed Richards, that's how you cast Doom. If you make Reed Richards young, like, and what I mean by young, I'm talking about like Miles Teller, like 30-ish years old. Well, now you need a 30-ish year old Doom, because remember, they were colleagues, they were roommates, all of that stuff, right? But if you go with somebody in their 40s, maybe like John Krasinski, now that's a whole different ballpark. Now we got to find somebody in their 40s, a little more seasoned actor. I have not really thought too deeply about it for two reasons. One, because whoever you cast as Doom, now in a perfect world, I would have wanted Mads Mikkelsen to play Doom. I think Mads would have been fantastic. He was wasted, in my opinion, as the villain in the first Doctor Strange movie. But I would have taken Mads Mikkelsen to play Doctor Doom 100%. But again, that depends on how old they want these characters to be. The second thing I'm thinking, the second issue is that Doctor Doom is a character that wears a mask like 80% of the time. So I'm thinking you're going to need an actor who probably is not well known. And if they are well known, they are perfectly fine with leaving the mask on the majority of the time. So I don't, so that's the thing. I've told y'all about this sometimes. Some actors be having this ego, like, well, I gotta have my face shown, and da 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 da. Now that's cool if you're doing a prequel. Yeah, we need to see his face in a prequel. But when Doctor Doom is Doctor Dooming, you keep that mask on 100%, 24 hours. I don't need to see his face. I don't need to see his scars or whatever. I don't care. Doctor Doom is with the face, with the mask. That's it. So you're gonna have to find an actor that's humble enough and okay with not showing their face. And I don't know how many quality, well-known actors are willing to do that are not named Carl Urban, because Carl Urban was the only one with Demolition Man where he was like, yo, my man wears a helmet, that's it. You don't need to see my face. You get this 10% of my chin, and that's it. So, that's hard to cast. That's hard to cast, because I think you're gonna have egos, contracts, and all that other stuff all in the mix of that. All right, let's see. I got one more, I think. MJ, can you do the Ray J One Wish dance? Oh my god, no, I cannot do. I don't have enough room here to do that little Fred Sanford dance. I can't do whatever the hell he was doing. Oh, Ray J was such a pro. Oh my god, what was he thinking? Oh, that versus was definitely one of the best things to watch entertainment wise, especially if you had the comments on. Oh my gosh, I would have to find that clip one day to see if I could play it. But oh my goodness, if y'all ain't seen that, whoo, please go look it up. Please go look it up. Thank you for that. Alib, you two fools had me dying laughing on Twitter. Oh yeah, because we was fighting about it. Yeah, we was arguing about the verses and stuff. Yeah, I mean, look, Buddy was tripping. He was tripping. Let's be honest. He was tripping. He was tripping. Bruno was gonna win that. But anyway, all right, let's hold on. Oh, we got one more. Daniel Day-Lewis or Rami Malek as Dr. Doom. So Rami could do it. I mean, we saw a little bit. I think Daniel Day is supposedly retired, so I think we can count that out. And he's a little bit on the older side. Rami wouldn't be terrible. I mean, he kind of sort of did it in the last James Bond movie. So sure, I guess, whatever. However, my only thing with him is just the fact that, like, Doctor Doom comes from a country that's kind of sort of a wannabe Lithuania. It's a wannabe Russia, like it's a made up country or whatever. So you kind of need him to be that Eastern European descent, because that's part of his lineage. So Rami, I don't know if Rami really fits that mold. So hey, okay, like Christoph Waltz. Now again, I probably wouldn't be my first pick, but that's a closer pick. Again, if they want to go older and if he's comfortable keeping the mask on the whole time, that could work. But thank you so much for that, MJ. I appreciate you for that. Let's see who else we got. Derek, back at it. Come on now. E-Man, sorry, E Hollywood. Oh boy, here we go. When does the new Invincible come out? Have you heard Chris Pratt has a new series on Amazon? Bring back Jack Reacher. I love that show. Will Amazon do another season? So let me go backwards. So yes, Jack Reacher season 2 has already been greenlit. It is in the works. It is happening. Invincible, I believe. When did they say that was coming out? I want to say that it's coming out. Oh, now I heard, don't quote me on it though. I heard it might be coming out sometime in the summer, like late summer, maybe. Check back with me. I'm gonna shake down a couple trees and talk to a couple contacts I got and see if they give me some more accurate information. But I do believe that it is coming soon. I have heard about the Chris Pratt show, Terminal List. I've heard good things about it so far. I just haven't had time to watch it. This is Thor for week for me right now. But it is on my watch list. It is something I am anticipating to watch. So I will get to that as well. But thank you so much, Derek. I appreciate you as always, brother. Mara Sharice, what's going on? Ron Perlman for Doom. Look, Ron Perlman can do whatever he wants. I'm fine with Ron Perlman doing it. I don't. He's also a very big guy. Like Ron Perlman's like huge. And he's also kind of old. He's getting on the old tip. Like he barely. I don't even know if he was willing to do Hellboy again. So I don't know. I don't know how long, if you got Ron Perlman to do Doom, I don't know how long he'd want to do it. And let's be honest, Doom is probably going to be the next big villain on Thanos's level, right? Like in terms of popularity. Which means you're going to need whoever plays Doom, you're going to need them at least for another 10 years, at least. Because ain't no way. Marvel would be stupid as hell if they like brought in Doom and killed him off or something. Like throw the whole franchise away. But yeah, I think you need somebody a little bit younger than him. But I'd take it. That'd be fine. Thank you for that. Let's see who else. Puma Lee back at it. Let's go. What's up, family? It's Freaky Friday, and I'm late. We'll definitely have to catch the replay. So did you rewatch? So did the rewatch of Thor do it for you? Yes, to Doom. I know Alexander from Days of Our Lives for Doom. Oh, he could, yeah, sure, that'll work too. Now as for the rewatch, my second time, it didn't do nothing for me. Like how I felt the first time is exactly how I felt the second time. Of course, I'm gonna go into a little bit of that in my spoiler-free review, and then I will go into that in my extended breakdown of the entire movie, so that I can really pinpoint and tell y'all like this is what happened and this is what I liked and this is what I didn't like, etc., etc. But no, if anything, the second rewatch, I was audience watching more than anything. Like I wanted to see how the audience was reacting compared to the first screening. And I mean, I might go watch it a third time. I don't know. Just to see how the early screening for fans, because some fans are going to be able to see it on the Wednesday. So next Wednesday, once again, be very careful. Some people are probably going to spoil it online. So just be careful on that. But thank you so much for that, Puma. I appreciate you. And let's see, we got one more. Liam Neeson as Galactus. That's cool. Hey, if it's CGI and if it's voiceover, totally fine. Totally fine. I'm with it. I'm with it. I like that. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's get to some of the actual news. Oh man, how long did we do that for? That was almost an hour. All right, so I'm gonna try and go a little fast. I'm not going to do a 3-hour live. All right, let's go. First and foremost, I don't know if y'all want to take this as good news, bad news, whatever. Listen, ever since Bob Iger left, it has been a bumpy ride for Disney. It has been a bumpy ride. And Bob Chapek has come in and he has taken over the reins as CEO. And look, he was doing it during a very tumultuous time. This is during the pandemic. This is when the Disney Plus was first coming out. This is when a lot of new things were happening. Now, we've covered on this channel how Bob Chapek's kind of dropped the ball a couple times, right? He's gotten into the news for the wrong reasons for like you don't really need to know. The average fan should not need to really know the drama with the CEO of a company. That's not the type of attention Disney wants. And y'all remember the Scarlett Johansson, the ScarJo Black Widow drama, where basically Bob Chapek had basically was like, yo, we ain't got to pay you nothing, and ScarJo hates the kids because it's a pandemic and she want her movie in theaters and yada, yada, yada. Y'all remember all that drama, right? Time after time after time, whether it was just dealing with talent in a weird way or adding unnecessary levels of management. Because remember, when Bob Iger was around, this is when Disney was flourishing. This is when Marvel was flourishing, right? Because he gave all the creatives just full access. He was like, y'all gonna create and y'all gonna do what y'all do and just report to me, right? So just remember phase 1 and phase 2 were like Ike Perlmutter and all the other Marvel execs or whatever. So them phases, they were cool, but they was like, yeah, right? Phase 3, and I'm talking about where we got Black Panther, where we got Infinity War, where we got Endgame, where we got some of the best of the MCU, that was under Bob Iger. Phase 4 that we in right now, all of that is Chapek. Anywho, that's just for Marvel related stuff. Of course, he also deals with the theme parks and everything else with Disney. But his contract has been it was months away from getting expired. And usually that's not a good sign of confidence. Usually a board will be like, board of the stockholders and all that of the company, they will extend somebody much earlier if they really like them and stuff. He wasn't getting that. And on top of that, Walt Disney's niece, I forget her name, she's on the board and she was like, man, we really got to pay this dude this much money. Like, she was questioning his salary. She was talking about like, yo, let's cut out his salary. So all the writing on the wall was saying Bob Chapek is out of here. However, Disney CEO Bob Chapek secures a new long-term contract. The company's board of directors announced the new 3-year contract extension on Tuesday, saying the decision was unanimous. Unanimous. Whew. Yikes. We got 3 more years of Chapek. 3 more years. I ain't even gonna read half of the stuff that they talk about because it's whatever. But basically, the line of thinking is we made money as Disney. It was a pandemic. It was terrible times, but we still made money. The company didn't go down forever. But I'm sitting here like, y'all made money, but the dude screwed. He was in the news like every other month. It was all this beef. It was all this drama. It was all this talk about all these people on the boards and all these people in the executives, and nobody liked him, and everybody was talking about him behind his back and all this. But y'all just gonna keep him on, and it's unanimous. Well, I would just say this. I am now going to temper my expectations when it comes to Disney Plus and when it comes to Marvel. And Disney Plus, that also trickles down to the Lucasfilms, to Pixar. Because even Pixar, even Pixar ain't been hitting like they used to. Lightyear, kind of mid, not that great. It's all right, not that great. Um, you know, the Lucasfilm stuff, they decent. A lot of the Disney Plus shows, why they all got to be 6 episodes? What's going on now? Because them 6 episodes ain't hitting the way that they used to. They are barely at all. I mean, WandaVision was a good 9 episodes. Loki was cool at 6, but like it did what it did. But then after that, like Hawkeye, yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So, and then he got into all the drama with Florida and stuff where they almost lost their taxes and stuff. Man, look, good luck to y'all. Good luck to y'all. I mean, I'm a Disney shareholder, so I'm like, whatever, just pay me my dividends and I'll call it a day. But you know, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, y'all let me know. How do you feel about Bob Chapek? Man, he looked like a whole villain. Don't he look like a villain? Like a evil Lex Luthor, just somebody he just looked mean. Like he looked like he yelled at people and hit them. Allegedly. I ain't gonna say that. Never mind. I don't want nobody suing me. Anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about Bob Chapek still here and running the Disney ship for another 3 years. Anywho, hold on now, ma'am. What you doing on here? I thought you was out with the girls. I thought y'all was having some fun. What's going on, ma'am? Hold on now. Y'all give it up for the queen in the building now. There's Mrs. E-Man here. Good to see you. She left out here looking all scrumptious and everything. But yes, ma'am, good to see you. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good time and don't come back too tired. We got that nightcap we got to go get. Grab a drink or two. But anyway, thank you, ma'am. I'm so happy to see you. Who we got here for comments? Denny, what's going on? I like Michael Fassbender or Aiden Gillian as Dr. Doom and Daniel Craig as Magneto. I like. Okay, these are some out of the box picks. Now, I think if I'm a betting man, I would not be surprised if Michael Fassbender comes back as Magneto. I would not be surprised because I get the feeling that Marvel would want to keep that going. I get the feeling that they would want that to keep going. Aiden Gillian, you talking about Littlefinger from Game of Thrones? Hold on, where he at? I don't know. I don't know about that one for Doctor Doom. I mean, he's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. He can do damn near anything, like as an actor. Maybe he could, it's possible. I give him that. You know what? Because what do I say all the time? You look at acting ability first and looks later. He has the acting ability. So good pick, Danny. Good pick. Thank you so much for that. But I do think that Michael Fassbender is going to come back as, the same way they got Charles Xavier, with Patrick Stewart. I think they'll tap back into Michael Fassbender as Magneto. I think. But anyway, thank you so much for that. MJ, Mark Wahlberg as Ben Grimm think. Sure. Again, as long as he's comfortable being in all that CGI like the Hulk and everything, I'm fine with that. He's gonna have to look. He gonna have to give up his little Boston accent though. He gonna have to go straight New York. He got to hit that New York accent. That's a terrible New York accent. I'm sorry. Apologize to my fam out there. But yeah, he's gonna have to hit that if he wants to do it. But I'm here for it. Mark Wahlberg will be just fine with that role. Puma Lee, definitely bad news for people of color and real people in the film in Disney stuff. I think it's going to be more Stormtrooper looking. Well, Yeah, if Chapek stays around, well, you might not be too wrong there. You might not be too wrong. Thank you so much for that, Puma. Appreciate you. DePaul Dixon, thank you so much. Hey, man, love all your videos. Thank you so much for that. I see the reason why people expectations be so high on these movies because of these other YouTubers. That's why I listen to you, because you're always spot on. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Listen, I just try to stay in the moment, but and I don't know, like it's just one of those things where maybe I think too much or whatever, but I'm always gonna at least tell y'all my honest opinion about something. Like, you know, and I think my wife can attest to this. Like, it's very hard for me to lie with my face. Like if I don't like something, you will usually see it in my face. If I love something, you will see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me. So like anytime people be like, man, you just love this and you just a Marvel shill. I'm like, no, I'm not. Do you know all the movies I be talking about that are not that good for Marvel? Do you know all the stuff that I actually criticize? Like, if I'm excited for something, I'm gonna let y'all know. If I don't like something, I'm gonna let y'all know. Morbius and Venom 2. Cough, cough. Like I have no problem letting people know those things. But for me, and I've seen some other people online, other YouTubers talk about this, like, oh, we just want to spread positivity, and I just want to talk about the things I love, and that's cool for you. The issue that I think ends up happening is if you only talk about the things you love in today's society, that's cool and all, but I think people appreciate a healthy balance, right? Like, if you love everything, I don't know I can really look at you as real. And I'm sure that person, that YouTuber, whoever, does have things that they don't like, but you have to think about the lens of social media. Through the lens of social media, I'm only going to know what you show me. So if you only show me that you only love stuff, I'm going to think you're a little weird. I'm going to think like, "God, do you like not like anything? Something's wrong. Something's off." If you only show me things that you hate and that's all you show, I'm going to be like, yo, why is this person mad all the time? Because again, that's the lens that you try to show. So for me, I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all all of it. Look, I love this, I don't love that. This is okay, and that's it. I just think that people appreciate that. Because I would appreciate it. I show y'all what I would want to see. So thank you anyway for that. I don't know why I went into that long thing, but appreciate that so much, Paul. Trouble Clef back at it. What blackmail pictures does Chapek have on the board? Listen. I don't know. That the fact that it was unanimous, that's the part that got me to like, what? Everybody? I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on that situation. I don't really do the business talk too much, but I want to keep an eye on this because I'm really wondering, like, everybody about to get a pay raise or something? Like, what's going on? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. But anyway, thank you so much for that. Latrice, her Chapek is trying to clear out Iger's old people. Oh, he's already done that. He's already done. There was, I forget the guy's name. It was like the executive of entertainment or whatever. But basically, the person that everyone did like, the person that was next in line, Chapek got rid of him. And the thing is, that was another move that caused a lot of drama because people were like, you don't just fire executives like that have made really good contributions to the company. Usually you'll do something like, okay, you tell them like, hey, you need to go, but you get to go out on your own terms. You can announce it on your own. They'll do something like, hey, this person is going to be leaving the company, but they're going to produce this next movie first. Like, you give them a nice smooth transition out. But Chapek was just like, oh, is that my competition? Out of here. Bye. Don't let the door hit you. That's it. So he's definitely gotten rid of Iger's people, and it probably won't be the end of it. But what I don't like is the fact that he's replaced Iger's structure. And what I mean by that is, and we've seen elements of this, before Iger would allow the creators to just create. Hey, Pixar, you can talk about how you want to distribute. You have some input on how this movie is going to work and all that stuff, and we will follow your lead. Marvel, you want the stuff to go this way? Cool, we'll follow your lead. Looked like it worked in phase 3, didn't it? But now he put like some of his boys. So, oh, my man from distribution, come on in. You gonna be the new middle management. So Kevin Feige's here, this new Chapek boy's here, and Chapek's up here. And it's like now, because you add that, I mean, anybody that's worked in corporate America, if you've worked in a corporate environment, you know middle management can sometimes be pretty annoying because it's like the telephone game, like you try to have an idea here, then it gets messed up there, and by the time it gets to the top, it's like something completely different. So and in my opinion, one of those examples was how in Doctor Strange 2, when they promoted that Professor X was going to be in the movie, but when you go watch the actual movie, it was set up to be the biggest reveal. We were never supposed to, in my opinion, at least from what I could tell, I don't think we were ever supposed to know Patrick Stewart, Professor X, was supposed to be in that movie until we sat our butts in the theater and saw it happen. But because the structures changed at Disney, Disney is in charge of the marketing of the trailers. And Kevin Feige didn't say it specifically, but you could tell he was a little perturbed that the trailers showed a little too much. He gonna say that with a smile on camera, but according to some insiders, they said he was pissed. And he was pissed because, again, y'all don't know how we operate over here because y'all middle management, y'all a whole nother department, and you trying to regulate how we do things here. It's a problem. So, yeah, Iger's changing up the systems and all that, but I don't know. I can just hope for the best. I hope he learns. I hope he gets some better people around him. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Chapstick for Dr. Doom. Stop playing. See, Marsharee's playing out here. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's see. My man Ron Frazier, I think the Chapek deal is to keep the stock value stable. I think you're absolutely right. Especially going into a recession, like it seems we are. I don't think he finishes the contract. I think you are 110% correct on that. I think he's there for the stock prices. I don't think he's there for the creative decisions. But in my opinion, I'm like, if you had somebody there that did better creative decisions and made more money, y'all stock prices would go up. They would go up, But again, that's only one element. The real money maker for Disney is not the movies. It's really the theme parks. It's Disneyland and Disney World. So, and that's actually where Chapek came from. He was running the theme park division before he got promoted. So, if he's in charge of the biggest money maker, and that's where he came from, if Disney Plus sucks, if the movies suck, who cares? The theme park's still bringing in that money. So I wonder if that's where they're kind of drawing the line. I don't know. Thank you so much. Ed Norton as Dr. Doom. I don't think Marvel want nothing to do with Ed Norton no more. If Ed Norton ever comes back, I think it'll be some multiverse. Hey, look at this old Hulk version. And that's that at best. I mean, Ed Norton coming back is just as likely as Terrence Howard coming back as Rhodey. They just did not. They parted on bad ways. They had their creative differences. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. But thank you so much for that, man. Let's see. House of Twigger. How do you feel about Daniel Radcliffe playing Wolverine? If Robert Pattinson can play Batman, I don't see why not. I actually did a live on this. I had a video about it. I don't think I played the separate clip of it. I would say this. No, thank you. Pass. Hard pass. I don't want it. Nah. Please no. Just it's not for me. It's not about his acting ability. I just think that people want him in the role for all the wrong reasons that I don't agree with. I mean, people are entitled to their opinion. I just don't agree with them. So for example, when people talk about like actors and their height, it does not matter. Height does not matter in movies. Let me say that again, because I know some people have been saying this when it comes to recast T'Challa, when it comes to like other characters. Height does not matter in movies because they have camera angles and they have special effects and different visuals to make up for that. Most people in Hollywood are short. And by short, I'm talking about like under 5'8", like 5'9", 5'8", and below. You don't need 6 foot tall people because they will look like giants on screen. And when it comes to Wolverine, yes, he is traditionally a shorter guy, short and stocky. I don't need Daniel Radcliffe to play that role. I think that there are other more talented people that can play that role. We're going to talk about that a little bit later because there was somebody else making the news about that. But I don't need him. I had no problem with Robert Pattinson doing it because I know Robert Pattinson can act. And behind the cowl and everything, I was like, yeah, because they wanted to go with the younger Batman and all that with the direction that they were going in, it works. But for me, I'll be honest with you. If I see Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine, I'm not going to believe it. I'm just saying that right now. I'm not saying he can't do well. I'm not saying he can't act. I'm not saying that because he can do those things. I'm just saying it's going to be harder for me to believe compared to I could see Robert Pattinson as Batman. I could see before a lot of other people Joaquin Phoenix as Joker because I've seen them in so many different roles that it made more sense. I've seen Daniel Radcliffe in different roles. I've seen him in different movies that were not Harry Potter related. And I don't see Wolverine with that character, with that actor. I just don't. I'm sorry. If you look like somebody I could push around, I'm not going to believe that you like one of the most dangerous, mutants on the planet. Ain't nobody stepping to Hugh Jackman. When Hugh Jackman was Wolverine, ain't nobody stepping to him. You believe him? I won't believe Daniel Radcliffe. That's just me. And hey, he could prove me wrong if he gets a role, but I just think that there are better options out there. And if I can find that clip, maybe I'll roll that that replay clip up there. But thank you so much for that. Ty, come through. Ty always coming through with the super stickers. Thank you so much, Ty. Appreciate you so much for that. Let's see. Who else? Alib, thank you. Anthony Mackie. Why? What are we doing? You just want to say the name? That you just want to say the name. Okay. All right. See, she just want violence. I don't know why. She just want violence. I don't know what that's for. I don't know. But anyway, let's go. Puma Lee, Jeffrey from Game of Thrones for Doom. Oh my God. He's a great actor, and all the negative energy needs to be replaced by the heart of a great character like Doom. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say no for me because that kid, I don't even know how old he is. He played the role of Joffrey so well. He makes me want to punch him in the face even in real life. Like I could never interview him because if I were to interview him, I'd be looking at him like, just the whole time, like, shut up. Just shut up. I don't even care what you got to say in the interview. Just shut up. Oh, I'd be so mad. I'd be too distracted by him. I couldn't have him play. I can't. But that's kudos to him for playing such a fantastic villain. He is arguably, in my opinion, one of the best villains on television of all time. He is one of top 5, maybe top 10, easily. I couldn't do it. I don't know. I can't see it. I'd be too distracted. And I'd want to punch him in the face, and I wouldn't know. I can't do it. He's a great actor. Good for him, but can't do it. All right. Who else we got? Let's see. I got one more. We're eventually gonna get to the next one. My man Buzz, a little support. Thank you so much for that, Buzz. I appreciate you doubling the support, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much. All right, let's get on to the next topic here. Did I want to do this? Okay, this is just a quick one. We got a little Moon Knight update. I don't know if y'all haven't seen Moon Knight by now. Spoiler alert, I guess, whatever. But it is what it is. So y'all know we're gonna talk spoilers here in case you don't want to talk about it. So while this is up, I'm just doing spoilers for Moon Knight. So at the end of Moon Knight, we know that we finally got the third personality. We finally found out the worst kept secret of the entire show. And not only that, but we found out the fate of Harrow, Ethan Hawke's character, right? We saw that Jake had pulled, hey, he pulled it out and was like, pop, pop, and that was it. So the question was, now we had never seen the body. We didn't see what happened. We just saw that he pumped him with a little lead. Now, apparently, the writer for Moon Knight says that Ethan Hawke's Arthur Harrow is actually dead. And what he say? He said here, that's the way I wrote it on the page. Again, because you don't actually see a body. No one's ever dead until you see the body. We had the teaser pretty early in our story. I didn't want to introduce Jake until the very end because I knew that it was going to be hard enough to make the audience care about the relationship between Mark and Steven if it was just the two of them. And I knew that if you put three personalities in there, it would just become a mess and that it would be too hard for the audience to track. All right. First of all, let me get that point. I don't disagree with that, but here's the other problem. That's why you get more episodes. Because if you had given Moon Knight, I don't know, 9 episodes to just tell the story, we could have built up that relationship with Mark and Steven, because I thought that we were really connected with them by what, episode 4, episode 5? I was with it. And then if you gave us another 3-4 episodes with both of them and Jake, it would have been fine too. It would have been okay. So I think that's more of the problem of, it's not that it was a mess. It's the fact that for whatever reason, y'all were just like dead set on only having 6 episodes and that was it to tell the story. If you had expanded it, it wouldn't have been a problem, because again, that was like the worst kept secret. No, like, were people really shocked that there was a third personality? Like, y'all were teasing that thing from the beginning. But anyway, what else did he say here? So the goal from the very beginning was, we're going to save Jake for the teaser. He's going to be the one who kills Harrow. But the fact that we don't see a body, and I think the fact that everyone loved Ethan Hawke so much and had so much fun working with him on this project, I think they're just kind of keeping a few cards in their deck just in case the circumstances are ever right. It could have been a flesh wound. It could have been a warning shot. I don't know. In my mind, he's dead. But again, the person who gets to answer that is whoever kind of tells the next Moon Knight story. So, with that said, it sounds like they're kind of keeping the options a little open. I kind of thought that he was just dead, because I was like, I don't see Ethan Hawke coming back for more. But then again, who knows? Ethan Hawke might want to come back too. But he raised a really good point about, we didn't see a body. And we don't know. So I'm just kind of curious, how do y'all feel about it? Would you guys want to see Ethan Hawke come back, whether it's in another Moon Knight story or just in general? Would you want to see him come back as Arthur Harrow? Or do you think it's better that Harrow's just dead? Y'all let me know. I was curious to see it. That's the only reason I even want to bring that story up. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let's see. We got Kiki. What you got? Joffrey wasn't as bad as Ramsey, though. I mean, I hated both of them, right? But it was Joffrey's little face. Like, Joffrey had this little face. I just hated Joffrey. I didn't like Ramsey at all. I didn't. He was bad too, because he tried to be Joffrey 2.0. He was definitely bad. Hit my man with the sausage and everything. He broke my man Reek down. Okay. He did a full Kunta Kinte, like, yo, you thought your name was Toby, but it's really no, you thought it was Kunta, but it's not, it's Toby, and Toby was like, yep, it's Toby. So he made that boy reek. I ain't never seen nobody break down that bad on TV in my life. So Ramsey was definitely a problem. But it was just something. I felt so much. I've never felt so much pleasure seeing a young kid choke on some poison. And I feel bad about that. But I also slept very well at night. So, it was just one of those things where, like, man, just Joff, man, woo. Listen, I don't know. Both of them, are just terrible people. But I think I give the edge to Joffrey. Just because he laid the foundation. I mean, Joffrey ran. Okay, he ain't crawl, he ain't walk, he ran just so Ramsey could stand up. Okay, but that's just my take. I don't know. Thank you for that, Kiki. I appreciate you. Let's see. All right, let's move on. What was the next one? We brought up Batman earlier. So now the question is, hey, is Batman gonna come back? So I think a lot of people have really, really enjoyed the Christopher Nolan Batman with Christian Bale. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Returns, and all that, or Dark Knight Rises, excuse me. And the question has kind of been like, yo, will Christian Bale ever come back? I mean, we got all the Spider-Mans to come back. Why not have Christian Bale come back? You also got Michael Keaton coming back, aka the GOAT, Batman. He's coming back in the Flash movie. Could it be? And you're dealing with the multiverse. Is it possible Christian Bale could come back? Well, he was asked that, and he had one condition. There was one condition if Christian Bale were to come back as Batman. And what he said was he's open to reprising his role as Batman only if Christopher Nolan is involved. So he said, in my mind, it would be something if Chris Nolan ever said to himself, you know what? I've got another story to tell. And if he wished to tell that story with me, I'd be in. He said also the plan had always been to create certain amount of movies in this universe. Bale said, we said, hey, look, let's make 3 films if we're lucky enough to get to do that, and then let's walk away. Let's not linger too long. So that was kind of like his whole thing with Christopher Nolan. They came in together and they were like, yo, we only gonna do these 3 movies. That's gonna be it. We ain't about to go through all this other stuff, and try and milking this, which I appreciate, because I think that's actually a strength of the Nolan films, is the fact that he had a beginning, he had a middle, and he had an end. That was it. And, telling those nice confined stories is a good way to give people a certain amount of closure. I know they did kind of tease a couple things, with Nightwing and all that stuff, and clearly that ain't going nowhere. But I like the fact that, he was just like, yo, we had a story and that was what we were going to do. But he's saying like, yo, only way he's coming back is if Chris Nolan is coming back. And last I checked, Chris Nolan was like, I'm good. I'm done. I don't even think he want to work with WB no more. Because don't forget, Chris Nolan had a big falling out with WB after his last movie, because what was the Tenet? Because that was during the pandemic. That was when, keep in mind, WB made that big old announcement that they were going to release all their mid movies, because they were mainly mid. They released all their movies on HBO Max to like help, generate, subscribers and stuff. And the industry was pissed, and part of the industry was Chris Nolan. Chris Nolan was not happy at all, and he called them out, blasted them. And it's funny because these studios, they will have a relationship with us, with the talent, whether it's the actor, whether it's the director, and they will do movies over and over and over again, right? Because it's a partnership. And Chris Nolan was doing movies with WB for a long time. And now that he has his new movie that's going to come out, the cast in this movie is ridiculous. I think they got everybody and their mama in this movie. But Oppenheimer, I believe it's about the father of the atomic bomb or something like that. Yeah, he Chris Nolan became a free agent and went somewhere else. I forget. I think that's either Paramount or Universal. One of those picked him up over there, and they gave him all the money to just do whatever he wanted. So the likelihood of Chris Nolan coming back to WB, it's a little thin. And if that's thin, then this Christian Bale thing is also even thinner. So I don't think that's actually going to happen. But the question is really for you guys. Would you want to see Christian Bale back as Batman? Um, and how would you want to see him? Would you want to see it in a multiverse thing as a cameo or something like that? Or would you want to maybe just get a full other movie with him in there? I'm gonna just say this because I've been on record saying this for a long time. I was never a fan of Christian Bale's version of Batman because I didn't like what he did with the voice. I thought the voice was stupid. I thought it was he did way too much. I liked what Zack Snyder did by just having a voice modulator, and that's it. You would think a tech billionaire would just do that instead of just, where is he? I'm Batman. Like, what are you doing? You sound silly. Like, I remember being in the theater, like, is he for real? Like, is he joking? Is he mad? Like, what is it? It was so stupid. It was so stupid. Everything else was cool. Everything else he did was fine. But I was just like, why are you talking like that? Please stop. But anyway, that's just my little minor gripe about Christian Bale's Batman. It was just he sometimes he gets a little too extra. Woo. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later too. But anyway, that's for another video, another time. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about Christian Bale potentially coming back, and if he comes back, and how you would like to see him come back. Let me know in the comments down below. All right. Boom Lee, did you talk about the boys yet? Homelander as Doom or anyone he wants to play in the MCU. He's a very snarky like Doom Soldier Boy. Jensen. Yeah, no, I haven't talked about the boys. I probably should, once I get some time for that. But you talking about Anthony Starr. I don't, he can be Doom, but again, is he okay with keeping the mask on? I think he'd be fine doing it. I haven't heard him do Eastern European accent. I'm pretty sure he could, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he's either British or Australian. He's one of those. But I'm sure he probably can do it. I wouldn't be mad at it. He could do it. I've seen him act in other roles. Some people are even saying him as Wolverine. I can't see it, but I'd be interested in seeing how he goes about it. I'd be interested because I have seen him actually act, and he can do, outside of the boys, he's actually a pretty good actor too. But thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Let's go, Luis. What you got? I would love to see Bale in the Flash. Sure, yeah. I think that'd be kind of dope too. If he just had a quick little cameo in the Flash, just the fact that, like, hey, we exist in the multiverse, that's fine. I'll be fine with that. But thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. Yeah, yes, Banshee. Yes, thank you for that, Gray. If you see him in Banshee, yeah, my man Anthony Starr is definitely on point. All right, what else do we have here? We've got okay, we're gonna talk about this real quick. So, as we know, Obi-Wan is done on Disney Plus. And here's the crazy thing about this. Apparently, and we didn't know this, that I believe Ewan McGregor had just revealed this information. But apparently, the Disney Plus series was not supposed to be a thing. That was not the game plan. They were not trying to do a TV series. Matter of fact, it was going to be an Obi-Wan movie. And not only was it going to be a movie, it was going to be a whole trilogy We were going to get an Obi-Wan Kenobi trilogy. However, it got derailed by bad Solo box office numbers, said the devastated screenwriter. Here's what the screenwriter had to say. Let's see. This is from Stuart Betty. And they said, I wrote the film that they based the show on. I spent like a year and a half working on it. And then when the decision was made not to make any more spin-off films after Solo came out, I left the project and went on to other things. Joby came on and took my scripts and turned it from 2 hours into 6. So I did not work with them at all. I just got credit for the episodes because it was all my stuff. Solo strikes again. Solo was so mid. I did not like Solo. It was so average. It was such. Solo felt like the first time a movie was just like a straight up filler episode. Just straight up filler. And I told y'all when I went to Star Wars Celebration, you know, the crowd kept pumping up Ron Howard, pumping up Kathleen Kennedy, and telling them Solo 2, Solo 2. I'm like, have y'all lost y'all damn minds? Did you like Solo didn't do nothing in the box office like that? It definitely didn't do anything for the Star Wars lore. It didn't push the franchise forward. I mean, I barely hear anyone bring up Solo. Barely. And I'm talking about like, y'all remember Solo when this and it? Like, yo, Rogue One gets more talk than Solo does. And I'm talking about just online chatter in my observations. That Darth Vader scene when he was going through the hallway. Oh, you remember that? You remember that? But Solo? I don't hear nobody talk about Solo. Maybe they talk about Donald Glover. Maybe if they even remember. Don't nobody talk about Solo like that. And y'all want a sequel? This is why we can't have nice things. I told y'all when people was talking about Solo 2, I'm like, this is why you can't get Knights of the Old Republic. This is why you can't get those other things because you distracting them with stuff that we don't need. We don't need that Solo 2 at all. For what? What you gonna see? What you finna learn about Solo that you didn't know, that you need to know? Obi is different. We wanted to know what happened in all those years. What do you really need to know about Solo at this point that all the other movies didn't already tell us? Man, again, this is why we can't have nice things. It's exactly why we can't have nice things. But anyway, how do y'all feel about the fact that we could have had an Obi trilogy, but Solo tanked so bad that they I guess it scared them away from it. I don't know if Obi-Wan needed a trilogy, to be honest with you. If we had gotten them as a movie, I think that would have been fine. I don't, if you do a trilogy with Obi, you're gonna have to tell other stories because I think there's only so much with it'll have to be like Obi. Okay, like let's just say Obi versus Darth and Reva. Okay, that's a movie. But then the next one is Obi and Mace Windu shows up. Like you're gonna have to give me like solid things that yes, it's about Obi, but you're pushing the mythos. You're filling in good gaps of Star Wars later. But I mean, I don't know. They're doing the series now. Thanks, Solo. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments though, because I'm so over Solo. That's so depressing. I don't like it. Who else do we have? Oh, okay. Thank you, Louise. What you got? Tom Hardy as Logan, Michael Fassbender as Doctor Doom. Okay, here's my problem with Tom Hardy. My problem with Tom Hardy is the fact that like he looks the part. And if this was like maybe the mid 2000s, I'd totally be on board. Like if we had Tom Hardy instead of Hugh Jackman, I'd be totally fine with it. The problem I have with Tom Hardy nowadays, like he mumbles a lot, like a lot, and a lot of times I don't really be understanding what he be saying. Just hey, oh Venom, stop talking about. I'm like, where are the captions? I need the caption. Even in Venom, I needed some captions. I don't know if I need Tom Hardy playing in certain roles. Not saying he's a terrible person, not saying he's a terrible actor. I just don't think we really need Tom Hardy in those roles. That's all. That's all. But Michael Fassbender, again, Michael Fassbender could be Doctor Doom. So if they don't want him back as Magneto, if they don't want him back that way, he could totally play Doctor Doom too. Again, is he gonna be fine under the hood, under the mask for that long? I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much for that. I see what is this? Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy would be fantastic. Fantastic. Peaky Blinders. Oh, yes. My man would definitely he'd be perfect. He already got a pre-Doctor Doom face. His face looked like Doctor Doom. Like he looked like a villain. So yes, he'd be great. And he's a fantastic actor too. So absolutely, that'd be a great pick. Buzz, what you got? Having Heath Ledger as Joker in The Dark Knight made me forget Christian Bale was even in the movie. This has been my number one criticism for against not only The Dark Knight, but also against Bale's performance as Batman. If you get shown up in your own movie and you the lead character and people don't even care about you, I mean, again, I tell people this all the time. Like, yo, when you talk about The Dark Knight or when you hear other people talk about The Dark Knight, what do they talk about? They're talking about Heath Ledger. It's almost like you got to jog people's memory to remind them that Christian Bale was even in it. Do you know what he was going through? Do you remember what his issues was? Do you remember what he overcame or whatever the case was? What was memorable about whatever he went through in the dark? I couldn't even tell you. I can't tell. I will admit it. I can't tell you what was memorable about Christian Bale in The Dark Knight because at the end of the day, I was just kind of like, that's Heath Ledger's movie now. The supporting character took over your movie. He left the most memorable impression, and you're forgettable. And in my opinion, when a supporting character does that much to a lead actor, you fail because it's literally your movie. It's literally supposed to be all about you. The villain is supposed to push you. If the villain is up here, you as the hero, as the lead, you should take it right there. You should knock that right just above. He got outshined in that movie. As good of an actor as Christian Bale is, as talented as he is, Heath Ledger ran laps around him. And yes, Batman, in my opinion, is completely forgettable in that movie. I just go from Batman Begins and skip over to The Dark Knight Rises because I'm like, Batman took a nap. I ain't see him. I don't remember him. But anyway, I'm with you on that 110%, Buzz. 110%. All right, what else we got? Hold on. Luis, excited for Lando. He's the best part of Solo. He was the best part of Solo, and he is supposed to be getting a Solo series, no pun intended, on Disney Plus, which would be great for him. It would be great, but he's busy with Atlanta and all the other stuff, so we'll see. But anyway, let's move on. All right, so we have a James Bond update. So as we know, in the last spoiler alert for the last James Bond movie. But excuse me 1 second. Need to make sure the kiddos are eating because I gotta be a dad right now, real quick. Hold on 1 second. Get them food. Okay, good. All right, cool. Sorry about that. All right. So with James Bond, we know that he is done for, right? The Daniel Craig version is done. It is on to the next one. And the moment they ended the movie in the post-credit scenes, what do they say? James Bond will return, right? All right. So if we know that he's going to return, we know that clearly he is, that they're going to recast because God forbid you have a James Bond franchise and not have James Bond in it, right? I mean, come on. Let's be honest here. Ain't no way you would ever have a franchise series and not cast your lead character, right? Even though 007 is a mantle, even though it's been established that there have been 007s before and after James Bond, you would never make another 007 movie without James Bond, would you? That would be crazy, right? Anywho, so there was talk early on, and I hate it because this kind of stuff just I hate getting my hopes up. I hate it. But of course, there were talks like, yo, what's up with Idris Elba? Can we make my man James Bond at some point? Please, please. So, supposedly he had been in talks, he had been in consideration, you know, there were some rumors saying that he had been talking with the folks and everything. The producers kind of played it down. They were saying like, oh, he ranks high amongst a lot of movie buffs. Like, listen, a lot of people want Idris to play it. Now, I know some other people been saying Henry Cavill and stuff. To be honest with you, I've seen Man from Uncle, and if Man from Uncle is his best audition for James Bond, that ain't it. It's not hitting it. I'm sorry. It's just I'm talking about acting ability. That ain't it. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Henry Cavill. My man is doing his thing in Witcher that didn't nobody watch and everybody fell asleep on. But he is my Superman, right? He is the best Superman we've got. But it's not it's not hidden. It's not hidden. But I think Idris would be fantastic. I think I'll just put it to you like this. If Henry Cavill were to become James Bond, I'm not gonna be mad at that. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you guys screwed it up. I'm not gonna be mad at that. Fine, whatever. I just think Idris would be a better pick. I would go watch him. A lot of fans have been demanding for it for years now. I don't like the fact that they're waiting for him and he's like getting older, clearly. My personal pick has always been Tom Hiddleston, aka Loki, because when I saw Kong Skull Island, I saw a glimpse of James Bond right there. That's just my personal pick. But anywho, with all that, they've been teasing the Idris Elba stuff and all that. It was recently said by the producer Barbara Broccoli that or is that broccoli? I don't know. Says that the next James Bond film is 2 years away from production, and we're reinventing him. So that is actually kind of interesting. So one, they're not even going to start shooting another James Bond movie until sometime in 2024, which means you're not going to get another James Bond movie until sometime 2025. And if it's all the way that far in advance, my goodness, I don't know. Like, Idris is going to be like at least well in his 50s by then. Well into his 50s. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But the fact that they're reinventing him, I really wonder what that means. Let's see what they said. She said here, nobody's in the running. We're working out where to go with him. We're talking that through. There isn't a script, and we can't come up with one until we decide how we're going to approach the next film, because really, it's a reinvention of Bond. We're reinventing who he is, and that takes time. I'd say that filming is at least 2 years away. Whew, man. Reinventing him is, I'll say this, it sounds risky. Because does that mean, are y'all going to go younger? Are y'all going to go, does reinventing just mean we're going to make him black? like what does, I don't know if we know what that means just yet, but it definitely sounds like they're going to do something different with him, because in a sense, Daniel Craig's version of James Bond is kind of a reinvention as well. I mean, the character was much more gritty. He was much more physical. There was a lot more action with his character. So that's kind of a reinvention. Like, he was still smooth and suave and everything, but the fact that he was out there doing parkour and all that stuff, different. So I wonder how much reinventing are you really going to do with this character and how far are we going to go? So anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about it, and let me know what would you like to see if they go ahead and reinvent the character. All right, let's move on to some of these comments real quick. And hold on, let me get some of these here. Luis, what you got? Michael Fassbender. You just want Michael Fassbender as everything. Okay, fine. All right, he could be James Bond. He could be Magneto. He could be Doctor Doom. Fine. Look, the real. He's that talented though. To be fair, he is that talented where he can just be anything, But I'm pretty sure we got some more options too. But yeah, that's not a terrible one either. Let's see. Louis back at it. Want Cavill back as Soups and Flash and Black Adam. Listen, they should have never stopped using him as Superman. Whatever nonsense that was going on in WB, the smartest thing to do, at least the new regime is saying this, that they wanted to center things around Cavill's version of Superman. So we'll have to see if they actually step up and follow through with that. Pamela, thank you. If not Idris, then Ray Jean Page from Bridgerton. Hey, look, that would check off. That would definitely be a reinvention, right? Younger and black. Hey, that's a whole nother mix of it. So that would definitely be something very different. And some people have been calling for him to play the role too. So wouldn't be terrible. Would not be terrible. But thank you so much for that, Pamela. Appreciate your buzz. Idris will be 50 years old this September. Wow. Okay, so if it's this September, by the time he gonna be 55 by the time they start shooting. Oh, this ain't looking too good. For Idris. I don't know. All right, but anyway, let me hurry up because the missus is back, and I think we got some hot date nighting to do. Maybe kind of, sort of. I don't know. We'll see. But let's move on. What else do I have here? Okay, so we were talking about Wolverine earlier, and yes, again, there have been a lot of different updates. There have been a lot of different people that are like clearly very, very okay with playing that role, right? And one of the reasons why they want to play that role is because, as we know, this is career changing. If somebody were to play the role of Logan, Wolverine, that's going to be your bread and butter for a good long time in your career. As diverse and as talented as Hugh Jackman is, because don't get it twisted, he is way more than just Wolverine. My man can go out there and act. He can dance. He can sing. He can do Broadway, Les Miserables. Like, yo, don't get it twisted on Hugh Jackman. However, you put somebody else in that role, let's just say a lesser known actor, they're gonna blow up. They're gonna go through the roof. So with that said, one of the popular people that have been put up for that role has responded again, and that is Taron Egerton. That's right, Mr. Kingsman. Now, what happened was he has confirmed that he had a meeting with Marvel for a role. Now, people are speculating, is that actually Wolverine? Like, is the role for Wolverine? Who knows? Let's see. What did he have to say? In the interview, he said, I don't think it would be wrong to say that. He said, laughing, I'd be excited, but I'd be apprehensive as well because Hugh Jackman is so associated with the role that I'd wonder if it'd be very difficult for someone else to do it. He paused, then flashed a grin, but hopefully, if it does come around, they'll give me a shot. Okay, Eggsy. Okay. So listen, I've always said this, that, a lot of times actors, they don't get afraid of certain roles or whatever. Now, he said he'd be a little apprehensive, but he never said I wouldn't do it. He never said, nah, I don't want to ruin Hugh Jackman's legacy. He never said, I don't want to tarnish his reputation. He never said none of that. He said, hopefully they'd give me a shot, which means he would be down to play the role. So, once again, another shot for the stupid anti-recasting ideology that, for whatever reason, if you recast even iconic actors, with iconic roles, other actors got no problem stepping up to the challenge. None of them have an issue with that. And in his latest role, by the way, I forget what the movie is called. It's like Oliver something or gosh, what is he doing? It's a new movie about him in jail or something like that. But whatever it is, the thing is, he got jacked. Like, my man beefed up. Eggsy ain't no little boy no more. My man got big, swole, added muscle and everything. And of course, that also added to the conversation of, yo, man, if you got all this muscle, like, you want to be Wolverine? And I'm just saying, it does work kind of nicely. Now, here's something else to consider. Back in it was during the pandemic. So what are we in now? We're in 2022. Okay, 2022. Back when the pandemic first started, if y'all recall, John Krasinski, he had a nice little show that he was doing for the pandemic. He only did it on his little YouTube channel for like, I don't know, he did like 6 episodes or something like that. It was super funny. It was really good. During one of those shows, like before one of those shows aired, it was reported that John Krasinski had met with Marvel and had a meeting, right? When he followed up after that show, he had dropped a little hint and said something like, oh man, I wish I could play a superhero or something like that. He dropped a tease. Then what happened? 2 years later, we see him as Mr. Fantastic. It usually takes about 2 years. It usually takes about 2 years for actors to be announced and then show up. So, for example, it was in 2014 when Chadwick Boseman was announced that he was going to be Black Panther, T'Challa. And then in 2016, 2 years later, he showed up in Civil War. Aha. Marvel is going to be going to Comic-Con this year. They are going to have a big announcement of some sort this year. The last time they were at Comic-Con, what did they announce? They announced Thor with Mighty Jane, Thor. They announced Blade with Mahershala Ali, and they announced Eternals, whatever. But they did all that back in 2019, okay? And when did we get it? We got all those things in 2021, 2022. I would not be surprised if my man comes out on stage, if he's announced as the new Wolverine. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I would not be surprised if you get that announcement early, because Kevin Feige, even in that last thing, he did say, and the mutants are coming. So this is the time when we got to start paying attention, because whatever's going to happen in phase 5, and that's when mutants and X-Men are going to come, they're going to make that announcement soon. You know, we got the Incursion, we got Secret Wars and all of that. So anyway, I say all of that because the timing is very, very interesting. And this would be the perfect time to make that happen. Perfect time. But anyway, y'all let me know, how are you feeling about Taron Egerton playing Wolverine? Again, he listen, he's growing up. He's got some muscle now. He's been in the gym. He's doing his thing. And he's a younger actor, so he would not mind, he would be perfect to kind of like, grow into the role. Although I've said many times before, when it comes to Wolverine, you don't need a young actor for that, because the character is old. Like, he's already old. It doesn't matter. You could literally have a 40-year-old person play Wolverine, and even if that person turns 50, 55, just be like, yeah, he just got a little older. Like, it could work either way. But I like the fact that they could also get someone younger, make them look older, so then they can naturally grow into the role and it will seem seamless to us. But y'all let me know how you feel about Taron playing the role of Wolverine potentially in the future. All right, let me know in the comments down below. What we got? We got my man Derek. What you got? Get the brother from Star Trek Discovery for Bond. I don't know who you're talking about because I don't watch Star Trek, but okay, sure, why not? I'll trust your judgment on that. Thank you so much for that. Michelle, oh no, Michelle, what happened to your comment? Oh, wait. I'm sorry, Nichelle. Sorry about that. Tom Hiddleston in the miniseries The Night Manager. Good one. Yes. His performance made me think he would be a good James Bond. Very good point. Thank you so much for that, Nichelle. And I totally concur. He was really good in that performance-wise. Luis, what you got? WB have almost a year and the money. Reshoot The Flash with a different actor. My pick, Timothy Chalamet. Also reshoot Heard and Aquaman 2 and Deborah Ann Woll. Okay, well, they do have the money, but that doesn't mean that they're going to spend that. We're going to talk about that later when we talk about Demilla. But just because they have the money doesn't mean that they're going to throw it away like that. And it's easy for us to talk about other people's money. That's like me saying, like, if you got 200,000 in your pocket right now in your bank account, throw away 100,000 because you got another 100,000 there. You might not want to do that, whatever the case is. But there's no way that they're going to waste that money and reshoot the entire film again. It's just not financially sound for them to do that. I agree, it puts them in a bad position one way or another, but ain't no way. This is the only thing that they do. All they do is they're there to make movies to make money. You ain't about to take a big hit like that. Not at all. Not at all. They just they would lose their jobs. Louis back at it. Taron is a better pick for Human Torch. He could play that too. He could definitely play that too. I mean, that's not those are roles that are not necessarily like you don't need. I don't want to say you don't need a lot of talent, but I'm just saying like you can just kind of put them into any one of those roles and it'll work. So yeah, he could play Human Torch or he could play Wolverine, in my opinion. I take him over Daniel Radcliffe. I'll say that much. But thank you so much for that. Let's see, Jonah. Let's see. Oh boy, here we go. Tyrese to play R. Kelly in a biopic picture on Netflix. Post the 30-year prison sentence instead of a versus battle. Give me your opinion. In a biopic. I'm not gonna watch that because that means I'd have to sit there and watch Tyrese do stuff as a 80-year-old R. Kelly at that point. I wouldn't watch it. Now I will say this, and I don't want to get too much on the versus stuff. I will say this, y'all. I think you guys would know that. At least I've made this clear. I don't condone a single thing that R. Kelly has been accused of or proven guilty of or anything at all. I don't stand by the man. Matter of fact, it's difficult for me, and I don't anymore listen to his music, mainly because, and usually I understand, separate the music from the artist. I get that sometimes, but when the actions and the crimes were the inspiration for the music. So when you sitting here talking about feeling on your booty and you really talking about a kid, I can't separate that in my head no more. Like now, when I hear that song, I'm like, you made that song thinking of a 14-year-old. I can't get with that song no more. No. There is no separation. Now that's different than like let's say the Cosbys or something. Okay, well, hey, look, Dr. Huxtable wasn't putting people to sleep with quaaludes and stuff. He wasn't doing that in the show, so I kind of separate that. But with R. Kelly, I don't know. But anyway, I say that just to say I don't condone nothing that man has done. I condemn him. I'm glad that he got his punishment. Hope he serves his time and whatever. But if R. Kelly were to ever be in a versus, ain't nobody beating him. He would win 100%. I mean, you would have to have, I don't know, a Michael Jackson of some sort like that. I don't know who could beat R. Kelly in a versus. He would destroy anybody and everybody. The real challenge is who could you find to come up to face him in a versus? Again, barring his actions and stuff outside. I'm just talking about the music. that's going to be difficult. But anyway, I would not be watching that biopic. I'm not that big of a Tyrese fan. But thank you for that. Buzz, what you got? John Bernthal as Wolverine. Oh, yeah, he could do it. He could totally do it. And he does anger very well. He does aggression and anger very well. Yeah, but I mean, he's Punisher. He's Punisher. I don't want to take the Punisher away from him. He's really, really good as Punisher. I don't want to take that away from him. But he would be good as Wolverine, if he wasn't already Punisher. But yeah, thank you so much for that, Buzz. And Lewis is on a roll. Donald Glover as MJ in a bio. Which MJ? Michael Jackson? Michael Jordan? I don't think Donald Glover should do either one of those. But anyway, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, let's move on. What else do we have here? Okay, so we've been talking about Doctor Doom. Now the reason why Doctor Doom has been such a popular topic so far has been because of maybe a leak happened, maybe, and part of that was due to Howard Stern, radio personality, might have accidentally revealed an MCU Doctor Doom project. Interesting. So I think I actually have some of the audio here. Where is it? Did I have it? Yes, I think I loaded it up. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it. Okay. So I do have it here. So on his he's on Sirius Radio, satellite radio. Howard Stern basically was talking about. Now, some people are saying that he was caught on a hot mic. Some people were saying that, it was a joke. I don't know. I don't know one way or another. But I do have the audio here, so I will allow you guys to listen to it, and you can make up your mind. And this is him, it's just audio, but supposedly it was like during the commercial break and his mic was still on, so you're going to hear some background noise, but supposedly this is him talking about Doctor Doom. So let's check it out, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about it.
Free guarantee. Shop TommyJohn.com/SXM right now for 20% off your first order.
I mean,
get 20% off right now at TommyJohn.com/SXM.
Well, I told you I'm going to do Dr. Doom.
TommyJohn.com/SXM.
That's the thing.
See site for details.
But I don't even believe me. I'm fucking miserable about it. I don't even.
You listen to the Stern Show on your radio.
Because I wanted to do something. Because I'm an asshole. But that's what I did on America's Got Talent. So.
That's right. You listen to the Stern Show on your radio.
Are you excited about it?
Well, yeah, I called Robert Downey Jr. and I said, like, how did you, like I was asking him acting techniques. Do you have a number for John?
So, again, you can make up your mind on what this could be. Now, here's my thing. First and foremost, ain't no way I could see Marvel being silly enough in having Howard Stern actually play Doctor Doom. I'm talking about, like, even if his voice, CGI, whatever, even if that's the case, excuse me, I would be more into the idea that maybe it could be for another project. Now, let's keep this in mind too. You just had, I think it was like on a Disney cruise ship or something like that. There was like an MCU video where Captain Marvel was interacting with Anthony Mackie's Captain America and Ant-Man and all that stuff. That was like a little Avengers video that they shot or whatever, but like it was for another project. You know what I'm saying? And let's also not forget the fact that they do other podcasts. They do other Marvel projects. Like they did I think it was like Squirrel Girl, where they did a project with her, and they needed voices and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go over the moon with this. I'm not gonna sit here and act like this is gonna be like, oh my gosh, the next big casting. If anything, it could be the fact that Howard Stern shows up in the MCU as himself, and he's interviewing Doctor Doom. That could be it too, So I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know. What do you think about this whole Doctor Doom news? I do know that Doctor Doom is coming eventually, some way, somehow to the MCU. Ain't no way that you're gonna waste that prime talent. I mean, like I said, Doctor Doom has definitely got to be your new Thanos. He's got to be the big new face of the MCU. And I've told y'all this too. Don't be surprised. I'm not calling it, I'm not predicting it. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Doctor Doom shows up, I don't know, at the end, a post-credit scene or something for Black Panther. That's just been my gut feeling that to make you forget about the fact that T'Challa's not there, let's spice it up with Doctor Doom. And because Doctor Doom and Namor and Wakanda, they do have ties together. They're all tied together in that storyline. Shuri has beef with Doctor Doom too. So that could be a possibility. I'll just say that. Don't be surprised if they try and distract you with that. But anyway, y'all let me know. How are you feeling about this Howard Stern news? Do you believe it? Do you think it's going to be like for real in the movies? Maybe it's another project. Would you even want to see or hear Howard Stern as Doctor Doom? You let me know in the comments down below. All right, what else we got here? Kiki, what you got? Babyface is the only one who could go against R. Kelly. You know what? I just told my wife the same thing. I was like, maybe Babyface, because he's just got that catalog and all the stuff he's written for people. Both are amazing voices, facts, and can write facts and can produce facts on facts on facts. Babyface could, but I wouldn't want to set Babyface up for failure. Just saying. I just wouldn't. But yes, you're right. I think Babyface has got the on paper record to go up and do it for sure. I think so. Didier, what you got? It would be a podcast like the Old Man Logan podcast they've been doing. Exactly. They do those little things on the side. So yeah, I can't see them really doing anything major like that. But I think that is definitely more than likely the route. I think so. But thank you so much for that. All right, let's move on. Okay, we about to wrap this up soon. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Miller time, because we can't go a week without Ezra Miller doing something to get back in the news some way, somehow. Oh my gosh. Why? Just why? Just constantly. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Oh, Jesus. Can we go through the list of things? Let's see. Ezra choked out a woman. Ezra harassed some people. Ezra got arrested. God, this feels like a memory game now. Let's see. Ezra assaulted some folks in Hawaii. Ezra went into some people's houses and tried to steal their passport and their wallet. Ezra had a restraining order against them, but then that restraining order mysteriously was ended. What else did Ezra do? Oh, then the accusation against the 18-year-old of grooming, then the other accusation of grooming another 11, 12-year-old. And then last week, golly, we on 10 already. Then hosting like a mother and her children at their house, but at the same time having guns and bullets and drugs and everything all around, where reportedly even a little kid had a bullet in their mouth. Did I cover everything? Is that everything? Because I be losing count sometimes. There might be some other thing. Of course, I lost count because there's some more. We got another one. That's right. Ezra Miller accused of harassing a woman in Germany and Iceland, and the choking victim breaks her silence. So the woman I mentioned before that Ezra had gotten into a fight with, that Ezra had choked and all that. Here's some of the video right here. This was Ezra choking out the young lady. This right here. Let's see. Will it play? Yes. So that's the video of Ezra choking her, taking her to the ground, talking about like, you want to fight. And then the camera person, her friend, had to kind of step in, and because According to, and I'm not going to read the whole Variety article because it's like a 20-minute read. And that 20-minute read is pretty much two different accounts. One account is of that young lady, and that young lady was talking about how at first, when she met Ezra, it was all fun and games, right? Like it was kind of like, oh, we just chilling. This is funny. You want to fight? Ha ha ha. It was all cool. And then one way or another, when Ezra took things a little too personally or seriously, that's what y'all saw in the video. But that woman, gave her side of the story here. So if you're interested, just go ahead on Variety, type in Ezra Miller, and you can find that. The real new accusation is from this other woman, and for the sake of this article, they just call her Nadia. And just to give you the quick spark notes of it, basically, her and Ezra, they met up, and they they hit it off, they flirting, they talking, they texting each other, they friends, everything is cool, right? But unfortunately, because schedules were mixed up and they couldn't always hang out at the same time, things just didn't happen. That's kind of what happens with a long distance relationship, and this lasted for about 2 years. And this young lady went on to say that, like, yo, but one time Ezra was able to come to her house, and while she was, while they were there, they was kicking it. Everything was cool until Ezra started, rolling up a cigarette or a blunt or something. He was getting ready to smoke something. And, the lady was like, hey, can you like not smoke in my house? And Ezra says something about like, oh, geez, what did they say? Hold on, because y'all not gonna believe some of this. What? Okay, this is her account. I'll read some of it for y'all because y'all got to hear this. Okay, she says, I was like, yeah, you need to smoke this outside or on the balcony. There's no smoking in my house. Miller kept rolling their cigarette. Nadia insisted that they smoke outside. Instantly, Ezra Miller's demeanor changed. And she said, and this I'm quoting word for word. Ezra started with, I'm a maker of planets. Tobacco is sacred. Miller continued on a tirade, she said, that they could do whatever they want whenever they want, basically. When Nadia stood up to insist that guests should honor their host's house rules, Ezra looked at me with this really mean, stern face and told me, sit down, like like they were ordering a dog. And Nadia told Miller as much. And Miller said, yes, I'm talking to you like a dog. And she said, okay, if you talk to me like this, it's time for you to go. But Miller didn't. Instead, they escalated, causing Nadia to accusing her of being transphobic. I asked Miller if they remember I told them I'm a descendant of the Holocaust. Oh, I'm sorry. Miller accused her of being transphobic and a Nazi. Okay, so Miller's just tossing these accusations out. And she said, I asked Miller if they remembered I told them I'm a descendant of Holocaust survivors. So why would you say that to me? Miller answered, screaming, yes, but how many people of my family died? Because many people in Miller's family died. I was like, oh, okay, this is a game of who's got the most trauma. I'm not even gonna keep going. It goes down even more mess. Basically, when Ezra Miller does not get their way, according to all of these reports, Ezra Miller snaps. When Ezra does not like the situation, when somebody tells Ezra something on what to do or whatever, they say some weird comment, quote, that they the master of the universe or something. I don't know. And then they snap, they get violent, they get very verbally abusive and all of that other stuff. So the article continues, but it goes more into what WB is doing. And this kind of goes back to the earlier comment about like WB, why not just recast, reshoot the whole movie, etc. Well, WB has committed to the Flash's theatrical release despite all of the Ezra Miller controversy. And again, the reason why they're doing that is because it costs too much money. It cost them $200 million just to make this movie. You're not throwing $200 million away. Nobody's doing it. Nobody in their right mind is taking $200 million and wasting everyone's time. By the way, they might also get sued. Let's not forget what happened with WB when WB decided to drop all those theatrical movies onto HBO Max. They got sued or they got threatened for being sued, and they had to start cutting more checks. They had to pay more money to the actors and other studios and talent because of that. It was baked into those people's contracts. So, it's not likely that they're going to shelve this movie, because let's also remember the Flash movie is based on resetting the DCEU in a sense. It's really there to kind of be like the ultimate reboot button and be like, uh-oh, he messed with time, and boom, now we have different stuff. I mean, I told y'all my perfect solution for this in the last live. I'm actually going to post that clip very soon. So in case you were wondering what that is, you could just tune into that a little bit later. But this is a mess. It's going to keep getting... I don't know how deep this is going to go, because I've said this before, that this clearly seems to be the tip of the iceberg. And it seems as though when one accusation comes out, when one person comes forward, another one's going to come, and another one, and another one, and another one. And it's like a weekly thing. I mean, this time next week, we might have another Ezra Miller story. At this point, at this rate. Whew, my goodness. Anyway, how y'all feeling about their decision? How y'all feeling about any of this? I mean, if I was not doing a news report type of format, I would totally ignore this, but it's the news. It affects the movie. So yes, it does have to be included in this. But when I tell you, I'm so sick of Ezra. Like I'm so sick of Ezra, because I don't feel as though anything Ezra has accomplished or done warrants anybody caring about Ezra to the point where they shouldn't have like certain consequences for their actions. And it sounds like they ain't never had a consequence for their actions in their life. That's what it sounds like. To feel that entitled, to feel that way whenever things don't go your way. So I'm sorry. Look, I get it. Some people believe in spanking or not. Sound like my man ain't never been disciplined at all. At all. Ain't nobody ever yell at him. Ain't nobody ever like spanked him. Ain't nobody put grounded him. Nothing. And this is how Ezra is just reacting. Now, it could also be mental illness. It could. And according to other reports, WB has said that, or at least insiders have said, they haven't said this officially, that they've tried to get Ezra help. They've tried. But can't nobody find him. They can't even find Ezra to serve him the papers from the courts, because they got protection papers, to file restraining orders and stuff. Whew, my goodness. All right, that's it. I'm not even gonna go deeper with this because Ezra gets on my nerves at this point. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling about this. Are you excited for the Flash movie? Like, will you still go see it? Will you wait? Will you not support it? Will you wait till it hits HBO Max and watch it then? I'm very curious on how you would feel. Like, would you still go see this in the theaters? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's go to these comments here. Didier, Ezra was holding a sign saying, "I will adopt your kid." What? Please tell me that's a joke. Please tell me that was a joke. Oh my gosh, because I believe that. I believe it if that's the case. I totally believe that. All right, let's get to, come on, Ty with the other super sticker. Ty be coming in. I like it. Appreciate you, Ty, so much. All right, let's get to the last topic of the day. And did I even make a... Yep, that's it. Okay. We got our Black Panther 2 update. Look, we have obviously covered Black Panther extensively, especially in light of Recast T'Challa and that movement. And I know some people have been saying, like, hey, what's going on with Recast T'Challa? Where's the movement? Where's the petition? It ain't go nowhere. But as I've told y'all, Recast T'Challa is a marathon. It's not like a sprint. We're not trying to be annoying to people to turn them off. The whole point is to win people over, right? We want to win over people with the arguments. And at the same time, we want to ride the waves of trends. So I told y'all from the very beginning, 2 years ago, I told y'all Recast T'Challa is going to go up and then it's going to go down and go quiet. Then it's going to make some noise and then it's going to get quiet. We're in the quiet period right now, and that's okay. This was all anticipated. I told y'all that this is how it's going to be. When that trailer drops, we're going to go back up. When the movie comes out, we're going to go back up. After the movie, we're going to go back up. Trust this. It's okay. Don't get worried. This ain't the Snyder Cut. This ain't something where we spamming everybody talking about Recast T'Challa or else. No, we're not doing that right now. And respect to the people that want to do that. Respect to the people that want to. But what I'm saying is the plan was to always get the conversation going, wait for emotions to go down, because now you see the shift. If you've noticed, there's a shift happening because now that people are seeing the positivity in what we're talking about, and now that people are finally paying attention, now people are like, whoa, maybe this Recast T'Challa thing ain't that bad. Now, of course, this can change later, right? Like, if I've told y'all, if they start showing stuff like, oh, we're gonna kill off Chadwick and Chadwick's character, if we're gonna kill T'Challa, if they show stuff like that, hey, we might have to take the nice gloves off and get a little bit stern. We might have to get a little bit more aggressive. Okay. But that's the point. This is a wait and see approach. We're playing chess right now. We made our moves. We've made national coverage. We've been on television. We've gone viral. We're waiting. We've jumped. We've taken their pieces. Okay. Now it's time for us to wait to see Marvel's move. And once they make a move, we can react. That's why we're waiting right now. So please don't worry. We got this. Okay. Trust me. We got this. It's a long-term plan. And I told y'all, Recast T'Challa does not stop until the character comes back on screen. Okay. Until T'Challa, I don't care if it's multiverse. I don't care if it's recasted immediately. I don't care how they do it. But when that happens, that's when Recast T'Challa stops, because Recast T'Challa is not a demand. It is a statement of fact. It is an opinion that we believe should happen. We believe Recast T'Challa should happen regardless of whatever Marvel decides to do. If Marvel wants to recast, great. That's what we wanted. If they decide to kill him off, great. Guess what? We still going to put some pressure on you and tell you, you should have recast the character. That's the point. That's the point. Now, when I say all of that, I've also told you guys that the actors, the cast, the crew, they are also going to be going on tour. They're going to have to do the press runs. They're going to have to do the press junkets. And let's be honest, there's no way around this. There ain't no way that they can not talk about the fact that Chadwick ain't going to be there. Clearly, all respect to them. This is an emotional thing for them, right? In my opinion, I've said it from the beginning. Y'all could have delayed this movie. Y'all could have just even postponed it or just completely canceled it. And I don't think anybody would have felt no way about it. I think we would have been like, you know what? Good idea. Cool. Hit us with that Wakanda Plus series. Let's talk about the other stories. Let's talk about what happened in the middle, during the blip. We can navigate some other things while we all heal in the meantime. We can do that. But they insisted. They insisted that they wanted to keep doing this, and they wanted to put it in Chadwick's name. They wanted to dedicate it to him. Yeah. I've already told you that's a little bit selective because saying that Chadwick would want you to continue, that's partially true. You're right. He did say that he wanted Wakanda to expand. He wanted this franchise to grow, but he ain't never talked about not having T'Challa in the picture, because he understood how important T'Challa was, not only as a character and Black history, by the way, not only as a character, but as an inspirational point. How do we know that? Because his own brother has said that. How do we know that his own brother has said that? Well, his brother told us that on, in interviews, but his niece, Chadwick's niece, confirmed that. We got the proof. We got the evidence. Hold on. Do I still have it up here? They talked about this. We know that that's the case. Oh, here we go. There it is. Right there. Right there. Bria Bozeman Wyatt. That's Chadwick Boseman's niece, confirming that her dad, Derek Bozeman, has talked to Chadwick before his passing, and that based off of their conversations and the statements that Chadwick made, that recasting and keeping the character of T'Challa is in line with what Chadwick would have wanted. So I bring that up to say, like, yo, if we talking about we dedicating something to Chadwick, but you getting rid of the one thing Chadwick wanted, is it still a dedication? Or is it about you? Or is it about the business? Because I don't understand if it's about Chadwick, but Chadwick want this, but y'all doing that. Like, I know y'all hearts are in the right place. I don't cast Marvel, Disney, anybody, the cast crew. I don't cast none of them in an evil light. But people can be misguided too. People can have their hearts in the right place and do the wrong things. That happens. Especially when you make an emotional decision within minutes that affects an entire franchise, that causes you to rewrite this movie multiple times. Anywho, I've told y'all that this cast and crew are going to go out there and they are going to do their press runs. We've already seen Angela Bassett. We've already seen Lupita. We've seen Letitia Wright. We've seen Winston Duke, my brother Winston Duke. I got so much love for that brother because he is such a great actor. I love what he does. And you can still see the hurt and pain in his, just in his talk when he talks about this stuff. And what are they all saying? Hey, this is going to be a great movie. It's going to be the best. It's going to be better than the first. It's all about Chadwick. They're telling you all the great things. I can't say who, but I'll just say that I was told from someone close to the situation that they really hope that I enjoy the movie. I was like, hey, as a film critic, it's my job and obligation to watch the movie with an open mind. Clearly, I'm biased, but at the same time, I'm going to have to put my bias to the side and do my job. I'm going to go watch the movie. But at the same time, I ain't going to forget recast T'Challa neither. I could put it to the side. I'll watch the movie. I'll grade it. I'll review it. I'll do all that stuff. But that ain't going to stop recast T'Challa now. Don't get that twisted. I was told that it's actually perfectly fine. So we're going to keep that same energy. Now, what brings us here today is because we have yet another cast member from Black Panther speaking out. And this time it is Martin Freeman. Now, if you recall, Martin Freeman had come out before early when the scripts were being rewritten for the 5th, 6th time or whatever. And he was just like, man, this just don't make sense. Like, it was just confusing. Ryan Coogler had went up to him, tried to explain what was going on with the sequel, and it didn't make sense to him, to Martin Freeman. Now, that's not like the biggest problem, but it also wasn't like the biggest sign of praise, right? Like, usually if you get a dope script, you're like, yo, this is fire. But if somebody gives you a script and you're like, huh? Now it's kind of like, maybe you might need a couple more sessions. I don't know. But anyway, he is basically come out recently in an interview, and he has talked about, he was asked about this, of course, and he had something to say. So let's we're gonna play what he said in this interview. So let's get set up real quick. Okay, so we have him here. I don't know what this was. I think this was like BBC television or something. I don't know exactly what show this was, but we do have him here, and he is going to be talking about what it's going to be like watching this movie. So here's Martin Freeman and his thoughts on Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2. It's going to be out, what, later this year?
I believe it's going to be out in the autumn, yeah.
I mean, I'm a massive Marvel fan just in general. Love Black Panther. What can we expect?
Well, I guess, obviously there was a big change when Chadwick Boseman passed.
Yeah.
So that's the main change. There's no T'Challa anymore. But that's, I mean, you've interviewed enough people. I start to say something and then I go, no, I'll be shot.
Yeah.
I've got a little red laser trained on my brain. I think you can expect another very good film. When Ryan Coogler, the director and writer, took me through what it was going to be, I was like, wow. I mean, it takes a direction that you think, I didn't see that coming in a billion years. So I think it's going to be really, really exciting.
Can't wait.
Don't say any more. You'll be out to the franchise.
I'll be out.
Wow. Well, I think that this might be the first time, and I don't think it's a I don't think it's a shock to anyone. This is the first time someone's confirmed that there's no T'Challa. You can take that, I guess, however you want. Again, I feel like you can spin that creatively in a bunch of different ways. There was no T'Challa during the blip. That makes sense. That's perfect. You could say T'Challa got kidnapped. You could say T'Challa went missing because, I don't know, the incursions. Whatever. You could say a lot of those different things. In other words, there are a lot of different ways that Marvel could have T'Challa be absent without completely taking him off the board. And that is the sliver of hope that I have. That's the little bit of hope that I have for this movie. Because as I've said in my petition, you don't have to recast him immediately. If you did, I'd be totally happy with that. That'd be a pie in the sky, perfect situation. But I understand that's not going to be happening, right? Because the movie's already done. But you could totally add a little timestamp, say, this is taking place before the blip. Okay. Or, this is taking place in universe 819. Okay. Like, I'm just saying, you could do different things to explain that away. But potentially killing the character again. That to me is not only unnecessary, but over the top. Because let's not forget the fact that T'Challa has I want to show something too. T'Challa has been around for over 50 years. And while T'Challa was around for over 50 years, he's been the primary focus point of the entire franchise. It's no different than how Bruce Wayne and Batman are one and the same. Yes, other people have worn the mantle of Batman. His son has worn it. Robin has worn it. Like Azazel. All these other people have been Batman. but it's always been about Bruce Wayne. It always goes back to him. And it's the same thing with T'Challa. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because when you look at the idea of trying to hide and convince new audiences, because the movie audiences are not the comic audiences, and I get that. First of all, it's really jacked up to take a character that people have waited 50 years for, you see them on screen, and then you immediately want to get rid of the fictional character because the real life actor is gone. That's kind of messed up, because you would never do this with other characters. And even if you did it with other characters on this level, with this level of impact, that's really messed up. But here's the thing that I don't think people really understand, and I think some people miss. Because the idea and some of the common retorts that people have is, but it's a mantle. You can pass it on to someone else. What is the big deal? It ain't gotta be T'Challa. Let me explain why that is a problem. You need it to be T'Challa, not because no one else can be Black Panther. You need it to be T'Challa the same way you needed Steve Rogers to be Captain America so that Sam can later become Captain America. Why? Because it took Steve defining the role of what it meant to be Captain America, so that way if anyone else takes it up, now you understand the legacy. T'Challa ain't got no legacy yet. His story is not completed yet. Could you imagine, after the first Iron Man movie, if Tony Stark died? Tony Stark, not saying Robert Downey, fine, let's just say if Robert Downey Jr. stopped playing the role, he passed away, whatever. After the first Iron Man movie, and then all of a sudden we was like, you know what? Let's have Rhodey become the new Iron Man. So he's not War Machine no more. He's going to be Iron Man because it's a mantle. Who cares? Do you really think that it would carry the same level of trajectory? Do you really think it would carry the same level of success because it's a mantle? Nah. But let me also throw this in there too, because there's also a racial component here that I think a lot of people miss. When you get rid of T'Challa and you don't allow T'Challa to fully breathe, because he has not. He's only had one solo and he's only had a couple cameos. That's not complete storytelling, okay? If you don't allow him to completely be present, and I don't care about the mantle. I don't care if Shuri has the mantle. That's great for her. I'm just talking about T'Challa. If he's not around to still be present, and if you try to shift the focus to only being about the mantle, do you know what ends up happening at that point? You are now making a foundation for Black characters to become expendable. And you're making Black actors replaceable. Some people think, well, if you recast, aren't you doing the same thing? No, because you're recasting because the actor literally passed away. But you're maintaining the Black fictional character to be a constant. That's why it's not the same thing. What I'm talking about is when you make it about the mantle, you make both the actor and the character now expendable. And the problem that we have with this, we see this gives a slight bit of an edge. It gives a little bit of a foundation. It gives a running start for the racist practices that Disney already has participated in when it comes to this Black franchise. What am I talking about? Let's go back to the footage. Look at this. Well, no, sorry, not this one. Look at what they did in the marketing. This is what I'm talking about when you make it about the mantle. You see the American version, you see Chadwick's face. You see T'Challa's face right there. In the international Chinese, Japanese version, they are hiding that Black face behind a mantle. Do you not see the issue with that now? I don't want my heroes hiding because they're Black. Because in those countries, they believe that, Black characters just won't sell. Black movies just won't sell. But if you make it about the mantle, you legitimize what they just did here. You legitimize that. You say it's okay because, hey, we don't have to show Shuri's face. We just gonna put somebody in a mask. We don't have to show, T'Challa Jr. or whatever dumb stuff they want. T'Challa Jr. is stupid. Don't do that. But if they did something like that, we don't have to show those black faces because it's about the mantle. Look how quick people were willing to turn on Letitia Wright. Recast Shuri trended. Y'all remember when the vaccine stuff was happening? It trended because people didn't agree with Letitia Wright. They were willing to throw this sister out before she could even secure the bag, before she could even get on the movie screen. If you make it about the mantle, no one's going to care about the characters because they'll just say, if we don't like this person, if we're tired of that person, just put some other black person under there and roll with it. That is the fundamental problem with trying to hide things behind the mantle, by trying to put the focus on the mantle. Guess what? The 56-something years of Black Panther comics, for those of y'all that don't read the comics and only want to read the Wikipedia pages or read what other people say about the comics, the 55-something odd years are not about the mantle. Because if they were, then you would have gotten different solo series from Casper Cole and from when Killmonger had it and when Shuri had it. And Shuri was the only one that had like a short run, but it still comes back to T'Challa. And that's no shade on Shuri at all, because Shuri gets elevated to god status. She's a goddess. She doesn't need the mantle. That's good character development. That's saying that we don't need to hide Shuri behind this mantle thing because we can develop her to become something even greater. Yeah, give the mantle back to T'Challa. That's his thing. But let's not hide behind the mantle because the mantle is superficial. Every mantle is superficial. It's the characters that define them that are the real foundations. Recast T'Challa. Anywho, how y'all feel about the fact that we finally got confirmation? No T'Challa. Like I said, they're probably still going to throw a lot of shiny things at people. This is probably going to put more of the attention on Namor. And like I said, maybe Doom. All those different things will be there to kind of, again, distract people from the fact that the main franchise player is not there. I've already told you, I don't like that formula. I don't like the formula that taking a $1.3 billion franchise and following it up with a sequel without its lead character. You would never do that with any other franchise. You would never do a follow-up to a Harry Potter movie without Harry Potter. You would never do a follow-up to a James Bond movie without James Bond. You would never do a follow-up to a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man. Never. Ever. Why you want to take that risk with this? Why you want to gamble with our franchise, with this Black franchise? Why? That's my problem with this. You don't have to do it. Just if you want to take a break with T'Challa, cool. You want to elevate other characters, cool. Don't take that seat away from the table. Don't sit here talking about we gonna elevate Shuri while she's stepping on the neck of T'Challa because we got to kill him off. Don't do that substitution crap. Elevate all the Black characters. All of them. Anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Y'all know I get a little passionate about this. My bad. But let me know how you feel about Martin Freeman's thoughts, comments. By the way, if you're new here for whatever reason and you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't understand what Recast T'Challa is, you can head on over to change.org and just type in change.org/Recast T'Challa, and you can sign the petition. I would strongly encourage that you read it first. If you don't feel like reading it, let me just show you the quick bullet points. Recast T'Challa is not calling for an immediate recast. Recast T'Challa is not preventing anyone else from taking up the mantle of Black Panther. Recast T'Challa is asking Marvel Studios not to use the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman as a plot device in their fictional storytelling. Recast T'Challa is asking for the portrayal of T'Challa to be allowed to continue in the MCU. That's all. That's all. That's all Recast T'Challa is asking for. So, let's be honest. This might sound a little cocky. I'm sorry, but Recast T'Challa is excuse proof. It is excuse proof. Are you a Shuri fan? You should be on board with Recast T'Challa because we're not anti-Shuri. Are you here for Black representation for other Black heroes? Great. You should be on board for Recast T'Challa because we're not against other Black characters. This is excuse proof. Are you a Chadwick Boseman fan and you want to honor his memory and all that? Great. Recast T'Challa wants to do that by continuing what this man worked on and continuing his efforts rather than burying him with him. We want we want Chadwick to be the beginning of a legacy, not the end of one. Because recasting keeps people relevant and not just a thing of the past. So Recast T'Challa is excuse proof. There are no very good excuses, in my humble opinion, that you can't just recast this role and keep it going. Because everybody can win. You can honor Chadwick. You can keep the inspiration for the young kids going. You can keep the opportunities for Black actors going. You can keep the portrayal of a strong Black lead going. It's too many positives. It's too many pluses here to work on. Anywho, excuse me. Feel free to let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. All righty, let's get these last couple of comments here. Well, I guess date night's over, and I'm hitting my 3 hours. Dang it. Recast T'Challa. Oh, well, it's another day, another night. Let's get to these comments here, and I will. Oh, I gotta go up. Hold on. There's a couple of them here. Okay, ended off with Ty. Got that. Okay, let's get to these here. Catch up. Doran, thanks you so much. Yo, E-Man, give me your thoughts on this idea. The idea is that the 838 from Doctor Strange 2 gets destroyed from an incursion, but T'Challa is brought over to the 616 and now played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. First of all, that's my number one pick, so you're already cheating by making my number one pick come through. I have zero problem with that. I think you still are going to have the issue of trying to deal with what do you do with the 616 version of T'Challa. I've always called it the uneasy and unsettling compromise, where we're going to kill this T'Challa, but we'll bring you another one. It's one of those things where I wouldn't like it. I still don't condone the idea of trying to use Chadwick Boseman's passing in a movie, tying it to the character. I think that is cheap. I don't like it at all. I think it's in poor taste. Because in my opinion, I feel for the family. I'm like, why would you want to tie Chadwick's death with the character and the scale of these movies and basically rehash all this stuff? His family is still grieving. A lot of his friends are still grieving. Why are we rehashing it? Because let's not act as though this is not going to become another topic of conversation when the movie comes out. You don't think people are going to be talking about in memorandum, in memory of Chadwick? You don't think people are going to be remembering Chadwick all during that time? Yes, it's going to be celebratory and all that, but it's like, golly, do we really have to reopen that wound? I think we could celebrate Chadwick in other ways without using I wouldn't say a reenactment of his death, but like invoking his death again. I don't think we have to do that. I know people grieve different and all that, but again, just because people grieve different doesn't mean that we have to go that one route either. I'm saying, why don't we avoid that one thing and do all these other things? Do a memorial, do a celebratory video, do a nice message, do something like. You got so many other options instead of that. But I'm here for the I have not been opposed to the variant option at all. I know it's not the ideal, so please miss me with all the if it's not this, then that's fine if you feel that way. I am more thinking of the long term, which is if you tell me there's nothing absolutely we can do but allow this 616 T'Challa to die, I'm going to criticize it and I'm going to hold y'all accountable for it. But if you tell me we still can have a T'Challa, even from another universe, show up, the reason why I'm still okay with that is because I'm also thinking about the young children. I'm also thinking about the children that look up to that character. And I'm not going to sit here and be a prisoner of my emotions and be pissed off because they killed the 616, T'Challa, even though they gave us, let's say, an 838 version. Because at the end of the day, yes, this movie is here for me, but I want it to also be there for the kids. I want T'Challa to be a generational character. I want T'Challa to have the same legacy, the same footprint as Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. I want him to be here forever. And not just him. I want Shuri to be there right with him too. Because I don't want nobody talking about, the misogyny. Miss me with all that. I want all of them characters to flourish. All of them. But they can't flourish if we just going to keep killing them off. Okay. But anyway, like the idea. It's fine. Even though it's not the most ideal, I'd still go with it for the long term. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Hold on. Chris, what you got? Ryan is a creative genius. I'll let him do him. Cool. That's fine. Cool. You could do that. Based on the information that I know, I'm going to keep saying recast T'Challa. And I understand that everybody won't be privy to the things that I know. And it is absolutely good for you and anyone else to take a wait and see approach. As a fan of Ryan Coogler, because I've been a fan since Fruitvale Station. I've talked to the man. I respect the hell out the man. I also don't think that he's infallible. I think he is human. I think that Ryan Coogler is fully capable of having emotions. And by having emotions, I think he's also fully capable of making errors. I think he can have a lapse in judgment because sometimes emotions make you think and do things that are not always in the best, line of thinking. So it's cool. I have no problem with people waiting and seeing. I respect that. You're entitled to do that for sure. My issue, not with you personally, I'm just saying for some other folks, I'm not giving anyone on this earth blind faith. The only person I give blind faith is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That's the only one I give some blind faith. And even that faith, if I'm really being honest and I'm putting my seminary hat on, that's not blind faith either, because that's based off of other things, but that's a whole nother conversation. But God's the only one I'm getting blind faith to. Outside of that, nah. I can't give that to no one person. But I respect the fact that you want to wait and see, and that's cool. That is totally fine. Let's see. Ashura, what you got? Thank you so much. Do I watch The Boys? Do I ever? Yes, I do watch The Boys. I haven't covered it, and I've dropped the ball on that because I've been busy with other stuff. But I absolutely watch The Boys. The Boys is one of the best TV shows on television right now. I cannot wait until the final episode. But yes, love The Boys, and I highly, 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 highly recommend it in case anybody is not watching The Boys, unless you are super sensitive about violence, gore, and everything else in between. But thank you so much for that. Let's see. I see what you got. What is Marvel's contingency plan if they kill T'Challa and Black Panther Wakanda Forever make significantly less money than what they anticipate? Maybe have Boss resurrect him. That part, to be honest with you, I don't know. I have said that I don't think Black Panther Wakanda Forever is going to surpass the first movie. I think it's going to make a lot of money. I think it'll make like 800 million, 900 million. It might hit $1 billion because there's a lot of anticipation going into it. a lot of people are hype for the movie. So because people are hype, and here's the thing, we still ain't got the trailer yet. If they drop a dope trailer, people definitely gonna be even more excited to go see it. My question is, are people going to want to go back and re-see it? Are they going to want to rewatch it? That's the tricky part, because in order, like Spider-Man, when Spider-Man crossed over $1 billion, what did it make? Like 1.6, 1.5 billion, whatever it was. When Black Panther did 1.3, Infinity War, Endgame, the reason why those movies got into the 1 point something billions and higher is off of repeat viewings. I paid to go watch Black Panther at least like 2-3 times. And that's in addition to me watching it as a free screening. So, and I did a watch party and bought out a theater for it. So, and there was a whole Black Panther challenge. People were buying out theaters to go watch it. Are they going to have that same energy here? I don't know. But as for a contingency plan, it sounds like, the multiverse is in effect. One way or another, we get that. I just hope and pray that they do not try and throw us a stupid bone and be like, oh, here's multiverse. Here goes Star-Lord T'Challa. Because we don't want the other T'Challa to interfere with Shuri, because she's Black Panther and we value the mantle over the character. So because Shuri's the Black Panther now, or whoever they want to make, I think it's going to be Shuri. Here goes Star-Lord T'Challa. Y'all can have fun with that. Because we're ending Guardians of the Galaxy. So here's Star-Lord T'Challa, and he's just going to be a gimmick. He's just going to be around. I wouldn't want that. That could also be a possibility. That's another possibility. Personally, I want, T'Challa to come back, whether he has the mantle or not, because I know one way or another that mantle's going to come back. But I would want that because, I need T'Challa and Storm. I want to see Black love, please. I'd like to see a functional family relationship of some sort, even though they do have their issues in the comics. I'm well aware of that. But on screen, I'd like to see that. I don't want to see the perpetuation of T'Challa or Black families that don't have fathers. I'd like to see a father who's Black and represented and stays alive. That'd be nice. So all that talk about T'Challa potentially having a son, a kid, or whatever, and coming through, and for what? I don't want T'Challa coming in and not having a dad. Why can't he have his kid there? Superman just had a whole kid. He had 2 kids. What was it? Lois and Clark? Superman had 2 kids. Superman's around. They allow Superman to grow up and let Jonathan Kent grow up into his own and become his own version of Superman and all that. Superman's still around. Clark Kent's still around. Why can't Black fathers be around? Why can't we allow that to be seen too? The reason why I bring that up is because the whole point of the Black Panther franchise, when it shifted over from the white comic book writers to Black comic book writers, you started to see a lot of the Black representation grow stronger in quality. Black women were represented far more, at a higher rate. The Black family was represented strong, like much, much better. Just like everything you started to think of as the peak or the height of Black representation was starting to be ushered in through the Black Panther franchise. That needs to translate on screen. It doesn't have to be word for word straight from the comics, but that essence, that energy, that vibe needs to be seen on screen. It's not going to help if we just going to keep perpetuating all these, these African American tropes onto this African story of like, well, single mother just raised this kid, or single, no father. And like, what are we doing? Why? I don't know. Maybe Boss could resurrect him. Maybe. I don't know. That I'd be fine with that. Whatever. Just bring T'Challa back. Like, when I tell you my floor is so low, as long as we get T'Challa, any idea y'all really come up with, I'm usually with it. It's not a crazy thing. And the fact is, if all of us here who are not paid by Marvel, I don't think a lot of us are paid comic book writers or movie writers or TV writers or anything. If we general folk could come up with these ideas, I know the creatives that are paid for this stuff can do better, and they should do better. And if they don't, We're gonna hold them accountable. Thank you. Alib, when people say this to me, I tell them to watch Behind the Mask on Disney Plus. It's a documentary on why the character is more important than the mantle. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go check that out. Thank you for that. I'm gonna go check that out. I might need to do something with that. Thank you, Alib. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I'm definitely about to go check that out. Let's go. Let's see. Pookie, what's going on? No T'Challa, no doubt. Hey, if that's how you feel, I respect it. That's it. You know, that if that's how you feel, go for it. Go for it. Chief, what's up? Maybe that's the mindset. Black actors, characters, whatever, is expendable. Not claiming malice, just how things have always been in this country. Yes, and that's why recast T'Challa. Let's break that. Because what some other people don't realize, especially with the whole China thing that I showed you with the posters, it's so important for other people to see Black folks in quality roles. Again, there's a difference between quantity and quality. Just because you got a bunch of Black folks in there doesn't mean Black representation. No, you got to have quality. You got to have the characters that mean something, that are in a certain light. You got to prop up a character so well that even if it's someone from another country, they can look at that character and be like, I think Black people are cool. Yes, that's because sadly, that's kind of how the perception gets warped. You know, again, if you've come from immigrant parents or immigrant household with foreigners, I can tell you a good percent of the time, their perception of America, their perception of Black people is based off of what they see in TV and movies. If all they see are rappers and gangbangers and all that stuff, they gonna think, oh, that's just what Black people are. But if they see us as royalty, they see us as superheroes, if they see us as role models, you don't think that stuff kind of trickles down? You don't think that kind of penetrates the stereotypes a little bit? That's why we want to keep these characters going. The imagery is just as important as the representation. Not only is it important for me and my little kids and everybody else that look like me and look like the character to see ourselves on screen, it's important for other people to see that too. All of that's important. And that goes for all types of representation. It's important for men to see strong women on screen too, so that we can start really respecting and defending our women. Like, all of that stuff is important. When you take those things away, it's a problem. Thanks, Chief. I appreciate you. Sure, Disney and Marvel disses Black people all the time. I'll just say they don't have the best track record. So you're not too wrong. Only Elisa, what's going on? Recast T'Challa with Trevante Rose. Fine by me. I'll take it. It's fine. Listen, I'm not gonna be picky. Listen, y'all be on that other level, picking the actors and everything, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to keep T'Challa alive. I just want to keep the role alive. I want to keep the role open, and then if that actually happens, we can deal with that luxury of picking and choosing what actor later. Look how quickly and easily it was for everybody talking about Wolverine, picking out who y'all want for Doom, who y'all want for James Bond. Look how easy that is. It's not that easy for other people when it comes to T'Challa, because Black actors don't get those same types of opportunities. Black actors are not seen the same way and the same amount of time as their white counterparts. So it's a lot harder for people to get on board with like picking out different roles and different actors. I am such a liar. I go 3 hours. Such a liar, man. Sure, no T'Challa variants, recast, or no dollars for me. See, and that's fine. Like, you know, if you don't want the variant, fine. You know, like I said, I'm with it for the long term because I would rather have a variant than no T'Challa at all, because I think that's more important for the kids in the long term of things. But you know, there are going to be people that share in that same mindset. Totally understand, and you have the right to withhold your money from you know, you don't have to give them the money at all. You're right. Variants are cheap. I want the 616 though recast, and you're entitled to that. Like I said, I think that is the ideal situation. And we'll just have to see if they're going to go through with that. That would be best case scenario. Just recast them and just keep it going. I've always said audiences are sophisticated enough to understand why there's a different face. You really don't need an explanation as to why T'Challa looks different if they were to recast. You really don't. I mean, seriously. Let's be 100 right now. You know Chadwick Boseman passed away. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude because I don't believe anyone is dumb enough to believe that if you know Chadwick Boseman died, that you now also need an explanation why someone else is playing that role. Again, I mean this with the utmost respect. I don't think people are that stupid. Even children don't need explanations. Children can go watch Tobey Maguire, watch Andrew Garfield, and watch Tom Holland and still be like, that's Peter Parker. Because the movie said it's Peter Parker, and you just go with it. It's a movie. We're already suspending belief to believe that we got a talking tree and a talking raccoon and time travel and magic. We already suspended belief. You think it's really going to be that hard if we see another actor in the role? No. We'll be all right. We will get it. We don't need some in-deep explanation. It's not that necessary. Anywho, what else we got? Sure, back at it. Final episode of The Boys is out, bro. Yes, I'm going to watch it. I can't wait. Trust me. I will as soon as I'm done because I ain't going out tonight. I will definitely be on it. Sure, back at it. Thank you so much. Thoughts on T'Challa and Storm breaking up? BS to me. I mean, we're talking about the comics. That's just for more drama. I don't like it either, but I also understand why they try to do that. But for the sake of the movies, I would hope that the movies would capture that in a much better way and preserve it more. But that's a whole different realm between the comics and that. Okay, sure. Again, okay, come through. WB erased the Arrowverse, but made Superman Lone series. Yeah, it's Superman and Lois series. Yeah. I mean, WB, like, I don't know. What do they say? A broke clock can be right twice or something like that. That is what it is. Sure again. Okay, sure. Just coming through. E-Man, thoughts on Superman and Lois season 2 finale, epic ending. I have not watched Superman and Lois, so excuse me. I hear very, very good things about it. I just haven't had time. Like it takes a lot. I just got done with Umbrella Academy. And then I think I'm watching Spriggan, the anime, and then I started watching Bastard, the anime. Then I think I need to. It's too many things to watch. I have not watched all that yet. Y'all, keep in mind, by the way, like I don't do this full time. Like, if you're new here and you just don't know, I don't do the YouTube stuff full time. I am a critic. I am a YouTuber. This is not my full-time job. I just want y'all to. I know it might feel like that sometimes. It's not. I work. I have kids. I try to watch things literally at like, I don't know, from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning just to try and catch up with things because I can't watch everything with kids around. So, just FYI, I don't have a lot of time to watch a lot of things. If I watch something, it's because I made a hell of a commitment. But thank you so much for that, sure. I appreciate you. Let's see what else do we need. Sure, one more. All right. People need an explanation why Rhodey looks different. Well, they didn't need that, and they didn't address it. They didn't address why Mark Ruffalo looked different as Hulk, as Bruce Banner. Nobody needed that explanation, and we were just fine. We were all just fine because once again, we are smart enough to understand. Oh, that actor's not doing it on them. Oh, you Bruce Banner now? Okay, cool. All right, pass the popcorn. Yep. All right. Oh, he Hulk now. That's it. It's not hard. It's not hard. But yes, thank you so much for that. Sure, appreciate you, Tyra. Come on. I am an avid soap opera watcher. They just tell you right before the new actor appears on the screen. Man, some don't be caring sometimes. Some soap operas. Listen, I'll just say, what God, what did I watch? I had to have been a kid, 10 years old, 11 years old. I think my cousin, because she was babysitting me during the summer. What was it? I think it was Days of Our Lives. Yep. I was watching Days of Our Lives for a whole summer, and that sucker had me hooked. I mean, them soap operas are dangerous. I was watching, what was that? With John and Marlena and Stefano. Stefano always kidnapping Marlena for his love. That bastard. Anyway, and Sammy being all evil and everything. I don't remember nobody else. But anyway. But yeah, I totally understand. Listen, soap operas can do it. They get away with it. The movies can too. They definitely can. But anyway. All right, y'all. That's all I got for tonight. My wife done got knocked out, so date night is postponed. It is what it is. We gonna take that rain check for tomorrow, hopefully. But as I mentioned, please stay tuned. I am going to bust my butt as much as possible to get as much Thor content as possible for you guys. I've seen the movie twice. I might have to see it a third or maybe fourth time because I want to make sure I got some things down. But I got plenty of things to talk about. I will break this movie down. I will get y'all a review, spoiler-free breakdown, and then I'll do some other explainer videos too. Might even chuck out a couple theories for y'all, and just kind of get back in my bag. I'm gonna get back into the swing of doing those little videos because I've taken a long break doing the lives and I haven't done a lot of the videos, so I'm gonna try and get back into that. I got some other editors now that are helping me, so hopefully that can it's gonna cost a little bit to pay them, but I'm hoping that at least you guys can enjoy that and it'll be worth the cost. If I gotta pay them some money just to get y'all some stuff and it's good quality content, I'll take that hit. So anyway, I appreciate y'all so much. I hope y'all have a fantastic 3-day weekend. Make sure y'all go barbecue, y'all go do whatever, enjoy your time with your family, and all of that good stuff. Of course, make sure to wash your hands and wash your butts too. But yeah, hey, have some ribs on me. And y'all have a fantastic weekend. All right. I'll see y'all maybe on Wednesday. All right, y'all. Peace out.